Phoenix Nights. Chapter 83. In the middle of the night, a bonfire was lit in the forest. A group of people was gathered around it. They were Lin Feng's group, and they were heading towards Mercenary Town. It was too dangerous in the forest at night, so they stopped to rest. Little brother, when I was your age, I was still cultivating in Jialan Academy. You actually came to the wild forest to train. You're quite brave, a cultivator said. Lin Feng asked. Big brother, did you cultivate in Jialan Academy as well? Yes, but my talent was limited. I couldn't enter the inner academy, so I dropped out. The cultivator sighed. There were more than 100,000 students in Jialan Academy, but they couldn't enter the inner academy. The cultivator continued. Little brother, you seem to be cultivating in Jialan Academy as well? Lin Feng nodded. Yes, I've been cultivating in Jialan Academy for 3 years. Those who survive a great disaster are destined for good fortune. Little brother, you were lucky enough to escape from the fire Qilin's mouth. You'll definitely have a bright future ahead of you, the cultivator said with a smile. The group chatted and laughed. Later in the night, they found a place to rest. Lin Feng jumped onto a tree and lay down on a huge branch to sleep. But in the middle of the night, Lin Feng sensed a terrifying qi which made him feel suffocated. He opened his eyes and saw something that made his hair stand on end. In the distance, endless flames burned the sky. A terrifying beast surrounded by flames was flying towards him. It's the fire Qilin. Everyone was alarmed. Some ran towards the forest, but it was too late. The fire Qilin was too fast. It landed in an instant and killed several fleeing cultivators with a swipe of its claws. Spare me, spare me! The remaining cultivators were scared out of their wits. They knelt on the ground and kowtowed, begging for mercy. The fire Qilin was 1,000 meters tall. It looked like a primordial beast, coldly looking down. Lowly ants, I'm going to eat you all. The fire Qilin opened its mouth and sucked everyone up. It was then swallowed by the fire Qilin. Lin Feng hid in the big tree, not daring to squeak. He didn't even dare to breathe for fear of attracting the fire Qilin's attention. At this moment, Lin Feng only wanted the fire Qilin to leave quickly. In the face of such a terrifying existence, it was simply despairing. Just as the fire Qilin was about to leave, it suddenly looked towards Lin Feng's hiding place, as if it had sensed something. And a despicable ant! The fire Qilin said coldly. It opened its big mouth and spat out a ball of flame. It blasted towards the place where Lin Feng was hiding. Oh no, we've been discovered! Lin Feng's expression changed slightly. He quickly jumped into the distance and dodged the attack. The next moment, the place where he was originally hiding turned into a sea of fire. Brat, do you think you can hide from me by hiding? The fire Qilin looked at Lin Feng with a sneer. Boom! In the next moment, the fire Qilin stretched out its huge claw and slammed it towards Lin Feng. It's over! Lin Feng's face paled. The fire Qilin's claw was like a mountain. It was impossible to dodge. Danger! The situation was extremely dangerous. At this critical moment, the mysterious demonic bead in Lin Feng's dantian suddenly flew out and floated above Lin Feng. An endless amount of demonic energy flew out and rolled above Lin Feng. Bang! The fire Qilin's claw slammed into the rolling demonic energy, and the fire Qilin was forced to take 3 steps back. The mysterious demonic bead! Lin Feng exclaimed. He hadn't thought that the mysterious demonic bead would save his life at this critical moment. It had been too dangerous just now. The slightest carelessness would have led to his death. Huh! What kind of treasure is that? The fire Qilin let out a cry of surprise. Its huge eyes were filled with greed. The classic of mountains and seas once recorded that Qilins were greedy and good at collecting treasures. They fought with dragons for 10 days to seize the treasure. The classic of mountains and seas also recorded the characteristics of the Qilins. Just like the dragons, this race loved to collect treasures. There was once a Qilin who fought with a dragon for 10 days and 10 nights in order to obtain a treasure. The mysterious demonic bead floated in the air, facing off against the fire Qilin. What a great treasure! It's destined to belong to me. The fire Qilin opened its mouth, wanting to swallow the mysterious demonic bead. God dies, demons perishes, and I will not decay. Suddenly, the mysterious demonic bead spoke intermittently. When the voice sounded, Lin Feng felt his hair stand on end. Could there be a powerful existence hidden in the mysterious demonic bead? Could it be the ancient dragon-esque elephant that had been sealed by the laws of order? Lin Feng thought of the ancient dragon-esque elephant and the mysterious demonic bead. Even now, Lin Feng couldn't tell if what he had seen was real or just an illusion. Did the ancient dragon-esque elephant really exist? Or was it just a facade that the mysterious demonic bead had shown? The fire Qilin was startled and shouted, "Shit! Shit! Is there someone else in there? Who are you?" The fire Qilin looked at the mysterious demonic bead in shock. Born in chaos and buried in Xian. Yellow. Gods bow down to the group of saints kneel and pay their respects. The mysterious demonic bead spoke again. The voice was faintly discernible, and Lin Feng couldn't even tell if it was a man or a woman. "You're bragging," the fire Qilin sneered. "I'll eat you first." As soon as it finished speaking, the fire Qilin opened its mouth again, wanting to swallow the mysterious demonic bead in one gulp. "Blasphemer shall die," the mysterious demonic bead said. As soon as the fire Qilin attacked, the mysterious demonic bead spoke again. Boom! A terrifying aura filled the air as the mysterious demonic bead flew above the fire Qilin. Demonic chi surged and enveloped the fire Qilin. "Ah! How is this possible?" The fire Qilin shouted in disbelief, because it realized that the mysterious demonic bead was crazily absorbing its strength. "No! No!" the fire Qilin shouted in terror. Its strength was being rapidly absorbed, and its body kept shrinking. "Oh my God!" Lin Feng watched this scene in shock. The mysterious demonic bead was too terrifying. It could actually absorb the strength of a divine beast like the fire Qilin. After 10 minutes, the fire Qilin, which was over 1,000 meters tall, had shrunk to about a meter tall. The fire Qilin's body, which was as boundless as the sea, had been completely absorbed by the demonic bead. Chapter 84. The mysterious bead floated in the air while the fire Qilin trembled in fear. Whoosh! Finally, the mysterious bead flew back into Lin Feng's body and disappeared into his dantian. It became very quiet. "This?" Lin Feng's expression changed. The mysterious bead had many secrets, and Lin Feng was worried about it. "Brat, if you have this thing, your end result won't be any better than mine," the fire Qilin said fiercely. "Bull*T, this treasure has already recognized me as its master." Lin Feng snorted and glared at the fire Qilin. "You better shut your stinky mouth, or I won't mind chopping you up and roasting you. I heard that Qilin meat tastes good. I'm a sacred beast, how dare you eat me? Aren't you afraid of retribution?" the fire Qilin roared. Lin Feng kicked the fire Qilin and sent it flying more than 10 meters away. "Oh, damn it, bullying the weak! Are you still a man?" the fire Qilin cursed loudly. The fire Qilin's divine power had been sucked dry by the mysterious bead, and it was extremely weak. If someone saw the fire Qilin now, they probably wouldn't believe that it was a real fire Qilin. The fire Qilin from before was 1,000 meters tall and 2 meters long. It was like a wild beast, and the pressure it emitted was suffocating. It wasn't like the fire Qilin now. It was more than a meter long, and if one didn't look carefully, they would think that it was an ordinary black beast. Swoosh! A sword light slashed at the fire Qilin's body. The fire Qilin was sent flying. However, its body was almost invulnerable, and Lin Feng's sword couldn't break through its defense. Although the fire Qilin's strength had dropped, its defense was still as strong as when it was at its peak. The fire Qilin got up from the ground and said angrily, "A dragon in shallow waters is played by shrimps, and a tiger in the plains is bullied by dogs. Lin Feng grabbed the fire qilin and threw it on the ground, scolding. How can you say that? The fire qilin was furious, but he had no cultivation now, so he didn't have the ability to take revenge. He could only gnash his teeth in hatred. Lin Feng casually threw the fire qilin into the forest, and then left the place. He didn't know if such a big commotion would attract other people. After traveling for dozens of miles, Lin Feng found a place to start a bonfire. Sha sha sha, Lin Feng's entire body tensed up. He thought that there were ferocious beasts slowly approaching. In the dark night, Lin Feng's eyes were incomparably sharp. He was ready at any time. As long as a beast appeared, he would immediately launch a sure-kill attack. In the desolate jungle, only those who were cautious could survive. Whoosh! A pitch-black figure dashed out. It was actually the fire qilin. Why are you here? Lin Feng rolled his eyes. The fire qilin gritted its teeth and said, That demonic orb devoured my godly power, so I have to think of a way to get it back. Naturally, I have to stay by your side. If you dare to have any other ideas, I can't guarantee that this treasure of mine will completely suck you dry. At that time, not only will you lose your godly power, you won't even be able to keep your life. Lin Feng curled his lips. The fire qilin shrunk its neck, clearly frightened by Lin Feng's words. However, it forced itself to remain calm. Brat, do you think I'm easily scared? However, the fire qilin clearly wasn't confident enough. Lin Feng looked at the fire qilin and asked, Where are you from? The fire qilin replied, The Central Holy Sky Prefecture. The Central Holy Sky Prefecture? The legendary center of the Martial Heaven continent? Lin Feng was shocked. It was rumored that the Central Holy Sky Prefecture had true gods, and there were many temples dedicated to those ancient gods. The Central Holy Sky Prefecture wasn't something that the Eastern Prefecture could compare to. Hee hee, brat, you're quite knowledgeable. The fire qilin laughed mischievously. You're a grand divine beast. How did you end up like that? Asked Lin Feng. It's all because of this broken thing. The fire qilin spat out a stone. It was a cyan stone the size of a palm. It had a dark brown luster on its surface as if it had been stained with blood. When Lin Feng saw that mysterious stone, his eyelids started twitching violently. He had the feeling that his heart was pounding rapidly. That stone seemed to have a strange strength which could affect people around it. What kind of stone is that? Asked Lin Feng. It's a divine stone from outer space. It fell from outer space and was stained with the blood of an ancient sacred emperor. The Central Holy Sky Prefecture was filled with bloodshed for this sacred emperor stone. I don't know how many top experts died, but in the end I obtained it. I escaped from the Central Holy Sky Prefecture and came to a remote place like the Eastern Prefecture. Who would have thought that the stone would do such a strange thing? It was in my body, and it wanted to control my body. I kept fighting against it, and I almost became its slave several times. The fire qilin's heart was still pounding. Why is that stone so strange? Lin Feng was astonished. A stone stained with the blood of an ancient sacred emperor must be extremely strange. It must contain a huge secret. Said the fire qilin. Said Lin Feng. Didn't you want to stay by my side? Give me the sacred emperor stone and I'll let you follow me. Fine, I'll give it to you. The fire qilin threw the sacred emperor stone to Lin Feng, as if it had just thrown away a huge burden. It sighed in relief. Lin Feng took the sacred emperor stone and held it in his hand. Even though it was only the size of a palm, it was extremely heavy. Lin Feng had a hard time holding it. Why is this stone so heavy? Asked Lin Feng, surprised. It's a meteorite from outer space. Of course it's heavy, said the fire qilin, smiling. Lin Feng carefully observed the sacred emperor stone. When he saw the blood on the stone, Lin Feng sensed that his blood was boiling. His body temperature was rising rapidly, and his head felt dizzy. Lin Feng had a bad feeling, but he couldn't control his thoughts. The fire qilin stretched out its claws and touched the sacred emperor stone. Lin Feng came back to his senses. What happened just now? Asked Lin Feng. He was still scared. That sacred Emperor stone is very strange. It's terrifying. You can't look at it. Try not to touch it. I don't know what kind of secret it hides, said the fire Qilin. When Lin Feng thought about how his body had changed and how he had almost lost himself, his heart started pounding. It was just as the fire Qilin had said, the sacred Emperor stone was too strange. He couldn't touch it at his current level. Lin Feng put the sacred Emperor stone in his ring. He would wait until he became stronger, then he would study the sacred Emperor stone. Chapter 85. I'm finally back. Seeing the mercenary town, Lin Feng smiled. If I hadn't been devoured by the demon orb, I would have devoured this town. The fire Qilin muttered. Lin Feng said, But you've already become like this. You better behave yourself. If someone recognizes you, I won't be able to protect you. The fire Qilin shut up. He didn't want to be disemboweled by a human. The mercenary town was still very lively. Many people were talking about the fire Qilin. This matter caused a huge commotion because the cultivators who tried to kill the fire Qilin had suffered heavy casualties. Now, the fire Qilin was nowhere to be found. I heard that a few ancient powers are planning to send a group of experts to kill the fire Qilin. I also heard that there are experts from the Central Sacred Sky region looking for the whereabouts of a fire Qilin. The fire Qilin seems to have stolen some treasure in the Central Sacred Sky region and angered the ancient families there. I just don't know if the fire Qilin that appeared in the desolate forest is the fire Qilin that the ancient powers of the Central Sacred Sky region are looking for. Along the way, Lin Feng and the fire Qilin heard some rumors. When the fire Qilin heard the words, Central Sacred Sky region, it listened very seriously. Obviously, this guy was also worried that the ancient families of the Central Sacred Sky region would find him. Lin Feng was actually a bit worried because the people of the Central Sacred Sky region were looking for the fire Qilin to get the Saint Royal Stone, but now, the Saint Royal Stone was in his hands. However, Lin Feng was relieved when he saw the fire Qilin's current state. Lin Feng arrived at the auction house. When Lin Feng returned, Shangguan Fei ran out excitedly. Ever since she knew about the changes in the desolate forest, Shangguan Fei had been worried about Lin Feng. It was only at that moment that Shangguan Fei realized that her feelings for Lin Feng were not just because of personal benefits. During this period of time, she had indeed been attracted to Lin Feng, and in her heart, there was another man. Seeing that Lin Feng had returned safe and sound, Shangguan Fei was relieved. Let's go back and talk, Lin Feng said. There were too many people outside, so it was not convenient to talk too much. Yeah. Shangguan Fei nodded obediently, entering the mercenary association with Lin Feng. Damn, this brat is really awesome. He's so young and he's already gotten such a hot girl. Fire Qilin muttered in its heart. Lin Feng and Shangguan Fei went to Shangguan Fei's room, and the fire Qilin followed them in. He said unhappily, It's broad daylight. Could it be that you're doing something shameful? What an eyesore. Lin Feng, I'm hungry. Hurry up and get someone to prepare some food for me. Yeah. Shangguan Fei was given a fright. Damn Qilin, scram and find your own food. Lin Feng sent the fire Qilin flying with a kick. I curse you to be impotent. The fire Qilin cursed and left. What's that? A talking monster? Shangguan Fei exclaimed in surprise. Fei, you definitely didn't expect that guy to be the fire Qilin, right? Lin Feng said with a smile. Ah? Fire Qilin? How is that possible? Isn't the fire Qilin a terrifying beast the size of a mountain? How did it become like this? Shangguan Fei asked in shock. Something happened to that fellow's body, so its body shrunk. Now, it's following me around, refusing to leave. Later, I'll go get some Qilin blood for you to refine and raise your cultivation, Lin Feng said. Qilin blood, Shangguan Fei's eyes lit up. She naturally knew how precious Qilin blood was. In her excitement, Shangguan Fei hugged Lin Feng, and Lin Feng did not let go of this opportunity, pressing her down on the bed. What? What? You actually want me to give you some Qilin blood? Dream on! Do you know how precious the Qilin blood in my body is? That night, when the fire Qilin heard Lin Feng's request, it exploded like a barrel of gunpowder. I only need 2 drops. You can't be so stingy, right? Lin Feng said. Qilin blood is not ordinary blood, it is the essence of blood. Every drop lost is a huge loss to me, and it will take a long time to recover. You want it? No way. The fire Qilin rejected directly, leaving no room for negotiation. Lin Feng said, In that case, I want to see when the people from the sacred sky continent arrive. At that time, I'll sell you out. The fire Qilin sneered. Sell me out, and you'll also die. The Saint King Stone is in your hands. Hee, I'll hand the Saint King Stone over as well. Who knows, it might be a great merit, Lin Feng said. The fire Qilin gritted its teeth in anger. You despicable and shameless bastard. Same here, same here. You're not a good person either. How many people have been eaten by you? Damn it, getting rid of you is also doing the world a favor, Lin Feng retorted. You win, but remember, this is the only time. There's no second time, the fire Qilin said viciously. All right, deal. Lin Feng nodded. In the end, Lin Feng obtained 2 drops of Qilin blood from the fire Qilin. Get someone to bring me wine and meat. I want to replenish myself, the fire Qilin shouted. All right, no problem. Lin Feng told Shangguan Feier about this matter. Shangguan Feier went to give the order. Then, Lin Feng took out a porcelain bottle containing the Qilin blood and gave it to Shangguan Feier. There was a drop of Qilin blood inside. Roar! From time to time, a roar could be heard from the bottle. The drop of Qilin blood transformed into a small blood-red Qilin that roared at Lin Feng and Shangguan Feier. The Qilin blood actually has a spirit. As expected of the blood of a god beast, Shangguan Feier said in surprise. Lin Feng said, There's no time to lose. Let's refine this Qilin blood. Shangguan Feier nodded. Lin Feng left Shangguan Feier's room and went to the room next door. He took out the same porcelain bottle. There was also a drop of Qilin blood inside. Currently, Lin Feng's cultivation had stopped at the 2nd heaven of the martial master realm. Lin Feng hoped that he could use the Qilin blood to break through again. He swallowed the Qilin blood. Then, Lin Feng began to circulate the ancient dragonesque elephant art. A tyrannical energy surged within Lin Feng's body. It exploded in an instant. Lin Feng crazily devoured the energy in his body. He didn't know how much time had passed. Lin Feng suddenly felt that his body was emitting waves of tyrannical energy. His own strength had also begun to increase by leaps and bounds. Boom! A terrifying aura was emitted from Lin Feng's body. Within Lin Feng's body, the power that was like a flood was quickly circulating through his meridians. Behind him, the figure of an ancient dragonesque elephant could be vaguely seen. Lin Feng's cultivation had once again completed a transformation, reaching the 3rd heaven of the martial master realm. They were Lin Feng's Lin family, Su Yuexi's Su family, and the Wang family. Of course, there was another family that had to be mentioned, and that was the Nailin family. This Nailin family was not simple. The Nailin family was only a branch in Xingyun town, and the main branch was the Nailin family, one of the top 10 families in Jialan City. With the Nailin family behind them, the Nailin family was the most powerful in Xingyun town. It often required the Lin family, Su family, and Wang family to join forces to fight against the Nailin family. The Nailin family was ambitious and wanted to annex the other 3 families and completely control Xingyun town. Xingyun town was a stronghold that led to the wild jungle and was very important. Controlling Xingyun town could be said to be controlling a money-making treasure. Xingyun town was also active with countless mercenaries and adventurers. These mercenaries and adventurers often came out of the wild jungle with a lot of things, such as medicinal herbs, beast corpses, and even some treasures found in cultivators' caves. Boy, you obviously know about the Nailin family, and you still dare to resist? Do you want to die? Let go now, kneel down and apologize, and I can spare you. Otherwise I will let you know the miserable fate of offending me," the young man said coldly. Lin Feng knew all the younger members of the Nailin family, but Lin Feng didn't know this person, so Lin Feng guessed that he might be a relative of the Nailin family by marriage. Lin Feng wasn't afraid of the Nailin family, so how could he be afraid of the son of a relative? "The Nailin family is also a big family. Is this how they teach the younger generation to behave?" Lin Feng said coldly. "Boy, who do you think you are? You dare to teach the Nailin family how to behave? Do you want to die?" The young man's face was fierce. "You bunch of trash can't do anything to me. Today, I will teach the younger generation of the Nailin family a good lesson." Lin Feng sneered and grabbed the whip in the young man's hand. "Pa!" Lin Feng lashed out with the whip, which landed on the young man's body. A bloody mark appeared on the young man's body. "Ah!" The young man screamed miserably as he was sent flying by Lin Feng's whip. "Good job!" Many people in the surroundings cheered loudly. Those who were just would receive more support, while those who were unjust would receive little support. These people were arrogant and despotic, so they were naturally hated by others. Lin Feng's actions made many people feel satisfied. "Young master, are you all right?" The others hurriedly got off their horses to help the young man. "Are you all dead? Didn't you see that I was beaten? Everyone, go and capture this boy. I will make him wish he was dead!" shouted the young man furiously. He looked at Lin Feng with his long and narrow eyes filled with hatred. "Yes, young master!" After receiving the young man's order, a dozen guards rushed towards Lin Feng. Each and every one of them looked ferocious and ferocious. The fire Qilin covered its eyes and shouted, "It hurts my eyes, it hurts my eyes! A bunch of trash! At most, you're just a fox pretending to be a tiger." However, the guards obviously didn't think that way. How could a group of them not be able to deal with a young man? "Boy, you dare hit our young master? You must have eaten a bear's heart and a leopard's gall." That group of guards laughed evilly and moved towards Lin Feng at full speed. Boom! A dozen guards attacked at the same time and moved towards Lin Feng at the same time. As long as they could capture Lin Feng, they didn't care if Lin Feng was dead or alive. "Little brother, run quickly. These people are cousins of the Nailin family. Ordinary people can't afford to offend the Nailin family." Someone in the crowd kindly reminded Lin Feng. "It's fine," Lin Feng replied softly. Then, he looked at the guards. Lin Feng's face was cold. "Helping the evildoer, you deserve to be killed." Swish! Lin Feng moved. Everyone only saw a shadow flash past them. Slap, slap, slap. Chapter 87. "Who are you?" The young man looked at Lin Feng in fear. "Br. Someone you can't afford to offend." Lin Feng looked at the young man coldly and said, "Remember, don't be too arrogant. Someone will teach you a lesson. Get lost. Let's go." The young man didn't dare stay. He got up, got on his horse, and ran away with his subordinates. "Young master, are we just going to tolerate this?" a guard said unwillingly. "Of course not. My cousin is resting in the mayor's house. Let's go see him. We'll make sure he dies a horrible death." The group of people left quickly. "Little brother, the one who was beaten up is called Li Ming. He's a relative of the Nailin clan. The Nailin clan has deep roots in Jialan City. It's not a good thing for you to offend them. You should leave quickly." "That's right, little brother. Don't let the Nailin clan stop you. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble." Someone came to tell Lin Feng what had happened. Lin Feng was touched. There were still many good people in the world. "I'll be careful." Lin Feng cupped his fist and walked away. The Nailin clan possessed extraordinary strength. Furthermore, the Nailin clan had the backing of the Nailin clan from Jialan City. Therefore, they could do whatever they wanted without any scruples. However, no one dared to provoke the Nailin clan. Even the Lin, Wang, and Su clans didn't dare to offend the Nailin clan. "Are you scared?" whispered the fire Qilin. "What am I scared of?" Lin Feng pursed his lips. "That's right. What's there to be scared of? A small clan like that can't even enter my eyes, said the Fire Qilin disdainfully. Lin Feng said, that was in the past. Now they can skin you alive and cook you. Damn it, you still have the nerve to say that? It's all because of your demon orb. Sooner or later I'll destroy it, shouted the Fire Qilin. Lin Feng ordered a table full of delicacies, good wine, and good meat. The Fire Qilin acted as if it had never eaten anything before as it wolfed down the food. Don't stop, the Fire Qilin whispered. Waiter, continue. Lin Feng called the waiter over and instructed him to continue serving the dishes. Little second brother looked at this pair strangely and muttered in his heart. Isn't this owner a little too good to his pet? However, the waiter naturally liked to see this scene because the sound of the restaurant had become even better. Many diners pointed at the combination of Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin. Roar! The Fire Qilin seemed to be very dissatisfied with everyone pointing at it. It let out a deep roar and looked at the people around it with cold eyes. Although the Fire Qilin had no divine power in its body and its cultivation had dropped, it was still a divine beast after all. Its ferocious aura was still there. With a roar, it made many people shiver in fear. They no longer dared to talk about it. They all retracted their gazes and obediently ate their meals. What is your stomach made of? After the Fire Qilin ate the 10th table of delicacies, Lin Feng finally muttered to himself. This is called having a universe in my stomach. I can even swallow a star. The Fire Qilin curled its lips. Then are you going to eat until the end of time, until the seas run dry and the rocks rot? Let's go, let's go. Lin Feng got up and went to pay the bill. Let's eat to this extent for today. When we get to your house, we'll have a full meal, the Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng almost fell to the ground. It was as if he had already seen the scene of the Lin family's kitchen falling. After paying the bill, Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin walked out of the restaurant. Lin Feng planned to find an inn to rest and continue his journey tomorrow. In another 3 days, he should be able to reach Qinyan town. He and the Fire Qilin had just walked out when dozens of people walked over fiercely from afar. Over there. The person in the lead was Li Ming, who had been taught a lesson by Lin Feng. He saw Lin Feng and pointed in his direction. This group of people quickly rushed over and surrounded Lin Feng. The crowd separated and a young master walked out. Cousin, this is the brat who hit me. I've already reported the Nailin family, but he still attacked. He doesn't put our Nailin family in his eyes at all. Li Ming gritted his teeth and said. The young master was very handsome. He was dressed in white and had the image of a secular young master. Lin Feng, it's you. After seeing Lin Feng, the white-clothed young master was obviously very surprised. That's right, it's me. Lin Feng nodded. Lin Feng knew this person, Nailin Lingjun, the third son of the Nailin family's patriarch. He was the same age as Lin Feng and was a genius at the same time as Lin Feng. Lin Feng had joined Jialan College and Nailin Lingjun had joined Tianlei College, one of the 9 colleges. Now, the two sides hadn't seen each other for 3 years. Their relationship was naturally not good. The Nailin family was very ambitious and wanted to annex the Lin, Wang, and Su families. Therefore, the Lin family and the Nailin family were not on good terms, and the younger generation was naturally the same. You hit my cousin, said Lin Feng. Nailin Lingjun looked indifferently at Lin Feng. This guy made a fool of himself, so I had to help the Nailin family teach him a lesson. Lin Feng shrugged and said, If he continues to use the Nailin family's reputation to commit crimes outside, the Nailin family's reputation will be ruined. Of course, you don't need to thank me, I just helped him. Nailin Lingjun's mouth twitched violently. Then, he looked glum. He looked at Lin Feng coldly and said, Do you think the Nailin family needs to be taught a lesson by you? Lin Feng, we're old friends, so I won't make things difficult for you. I'll let Li Ming hit you the same way you hit him. You better cooperate and I'll forgive you. If you don't know how to appreciate kindness, I won't let you off so easily today, said Li Ming with a ferocious smile on his face. He was holding a long whip in his hand and violently moved towards Lin Feng. They're going to attack. Many people were astonished. Everybody was looking at Lin Feng with pity. In the eyes of the crowd, Lin Feng's side was weak, while Nalan Lingjuan's side had more people. Once there was a conflict, they would be at a disadvantage. Now, perhaps he could only endure being whipped by the other party in order to avoid this calamity. Boy, I'll let you have a taste of my whip. Li Ming smiled ferociously. His whip was already lashing out. Nalan Lingjun looked at Lin Feng with a sneer. In Nalan Lingjuan's eyes, Lin Feng wouldn't dare to resist, because the consequences of resisting would be even worse. Crack. Who would have thought that Lin Feng would grab Li Ming's whip and snatch it away? I've spared you once, but you don't repent. Since that's the case, I'll teach you a lesson again. I'll make you remember that there are some people you can't afford to offend. Crack! As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Feng lashed out with his whip. This whip ruthlessly lashed Li Ming's body. Li Ming's entire body was sent flying. Crack! The sound of bones breaking was heard. Who knew how many of Li Ming's bones were broken by the whip? Thump! Chapter 88. He really dares to attack. The crowd exclaimed. No one had expected Lin Feng to counterattack. After all, Lin Feng was alone, while the other side had more than 20 people. Counterattack? Wasn't that just courting death? He's too impulsive. Although it's humiliating, it's not life-threatening. Now that he's counterattacked, Nalan Lingyu won't let him off easily. I think this young man is going to be unlucky today. With the Nalan family style of doing things, he'll either be beaten to death or crippled. Someone shook his head and sighed. Lin Feng, you dare to fight back? Nalan Lingyu's face darkened. His eyes were ice cold. I'm not stupid. Why wouldn't I fight back? Do you want me to stand here and let you beat me? Lin Feng curled his lips. Good, good, good. Since you're so shameless, don't blame me for attacking you. Guards, teach this boy a lesson. Break his limbs. Let him know the consequences of offending the Nalan family. Nalan Lingyu waved his hand and smiled ferociously. Nalan Lingyu had the Nalan family behind him, so even though they were both from Qingyun town, he didn't put Lin Feng in his eyes. Yes, young master! Immediately, 5 or 6 guards behind Nalan Lingyu jumped out and surrounded Lin Feng. They all looked ferocious. Boy, you're courting death by offending our young master! The guards had ferocious smiles on their faces. They all pounced on Nalan Lingyu like wolves and tigers. Asterisk pa pa pa, asterisk Lin Feng sneered and waved the whip in his hand. One person was sent flying with each whip. Mournful screams were heard. Silhouettes were sent flying. How could the Nalan family's guards be a match for Lin Feng? They were all sent flying. How can this young man be so strong? Many people looked at the scene in front of them in shock. Even though Lin Feng was using a whip, he was still able to send a person flying. Besides, none of the guards of the Na Lan clan could dodge his attacks. It was enough to show how strong Lin Feng was. Nalan Lingyu's face was extremely gloomy. All of you attack! The remaining 20 or so guards all made their moves. More than 20 people are surrounding him. This is going to be troublesome. 2 fists are no match for 4 hands, let alone 20 powerful guards. Many people's expressions changed when they saw this scene. Lin Feng was surrounded by a group of guards, but he was as calm as a cloud and as calm as a gust of wind. Pa pa pa, he cracked his whip at Lin. Whip after whip lashed out. Every whip was able to send a guard flying. These guards were generally at the 4th or 5th level of the martial artist realm. To ordinary people, they were naturally experts. But in Lin Feng's eyes, they were as weak as ants. 20 whips were lashed out. More than 20 guards were sent flying. One by one, they were whipped to death by Lin Feng. The whip in Lin Feng's hand was already broken. It was obvious that Lin Feng didn't show any mercy when he attacked. He threw the broken whip on the ground, then looked at Nalan Lingyu indifferently and said, These dogs of yours are not obedient. I'll help you teach them a lesson. As for you, you better disappear from my sight now, Because I can't guarantee that I won't take care of you as well. Only then did the people who were watching the show come back to their senses. Isn't that too powerful? This young man is so strong! Many people exclaimed. At the side, the fire Qilin curled its lips, as if the battle in front of it was rather boring. Once in existence at the level of the fire Qilin fought, it would be a battle that would move the stars, move the mountains, and move the seas. It would cause the heavens to fall, and the earth to rend. Naturally, it felt that the battle in front of it was very boring. Nalan Lingyu's face was very gloomy. The scene in front of him was completely out of his expectations. He originally thought that his subordinates would have no problem taking down Lin Feng. As the saying goes, if you want to beat a dog, you have to look at its master. But now, so many of his subordinates had been defeated by Lin Feng. As the master, Nalan Lingyu didn't look very good. Lin Feng's words had infuriated Nalan Lingyu even more. It seems like you've improved a lot in the past few years at Jialan University. Nalan Lingyu looked at Lin Feng coldly. Not bad. Lin Feng nodded. No wonder you dared act so impudently in front of me. Nalan Lingyu smiled coldly. Swish. Nalan Lingyu moved. He walked towards Lin Feng step by step. Nalan Lingyu's body emitted a terrifying aura. Many people's faces turned pale when they felt Nalan Lingyu's qi. Some people were so intimidated by Nalan Lingyu's qi that they directly knelt on the ground. Ordinary people simply couldn't withstand Nalan Lingyu's terrifying qi. What? Do you want to fight too? Lin Feng frowned. Nalan Lingyu's strength wasn't bad, but in his opinion, he was still too weak. Lin Feng, you've already infuriated me. Today, I'll let you know the price you have to pay for infuriating me. Nalan Lingyu walked towards Lin Feng. His qi was getting stronger and stronger. Nalan Lingyu was in high spirits. Obviously, he was very confident in his own strength. In the past few years, Nalan Lingyu had shown that he was very talented in cultivation. Therefore, the Nalan family in Jialan City had provided him with a lot of cultivation resources. Nalan Lingyu's strength had also increased by leaps and bounds. Among his peers, he was definitely one of the best. If I were you, I wouldn't fight. You're just courting death. Lin Feng curled his lips. Lin Feng, who do you think you are? How dare you act so impudently in front of me? Nalan Lingyu's face suddenly sank. Beast fist! In the next moment, Nalan Lingyu exploded. Nalan Lingyu threw a punch. A terrifying qi emerged from Nalan Lingyu's body. What's that? Someone shouted in fear. Above Nalan Lingyu, a ferocious beast condensed. It was 100 meters long and looked extremely ferocious. Many people felt the ferocious beast's qi and started trembling. Everyone's face was filled with shock. That ferocious beast was condensed by Nalan Lingyu's beast fist. That beast fist condensed the ferocious beast's beast fist. When the ferocious beast and man fused into one, it could explode with incredible power. Nalan Lingyu's punch was too terrifying. I only need one move to defeat you. Lin Feng raised his eyebrows in the face of Nalan Lingyu's attack. He took a step forward and raised his right hand. Lin Feng threw a punch at Nalan Lingyu. He didn't use any martial skills, it was just an ordinary punch. Bang! Lin Feng and Nalan Lingyu collided. Everybody was shocked. Such an ordinary punch had actually sent Nalan Lingyu flying. Nalan Lingyu flew a dozen meters away and then fell on the ground. He didn't get up for a long time. Chapter 89. Oh my God, he defeated Nalan Lingyu in one move. Isn't he too strong? Many people around exclaimed in surprise. Nalan Lingyu was a genius among geniuses, but now, he couldn't even withstand one move from the young man in front of him. How strong was this young man? Everyone in the Nalan family looked at Lin Feng in horror, afraid that Lin Feng would kill him. Lin Feng didn't bother to pay attention to these people. Let's go, Lin Feng said. The fire Qilin swaggered behind Lin Feng. Everyone made way for Lin Feng. Hey, do you still want to stay in the inn? The fire Qilin asked. Troubled times, let's hurry back to the family. Lin Feng said. 3 days later, Lin Feng finally saw Qingyan Town. It was called a town, but it was more like a city. Qingyan Town is surrounded by tall city walls. This city has a radius of 30 miles. Although it couldn't be compared to a county city like Jialan City, it could be called a county town. Qingyan Town was a stronghold in the wild forest, so it was very lively here. When they arrived at the gate of the city, Lin Feng saw 3 big words written on the gate: Cyan Cloud City. It changed from a town to a city. Lin Feng was surprised. 3 years ago, when he left the family to cultivate at Jialan Academy, it was still Qingyan Town. Now, it had become Qingyan City. In the past 3 years, it seemed that Qingyan Town had undergone great changes. Haha, little brother, you haven't been to Qingyan City for a long time, right? As early as a year ago, Qingyan Town was changed to Qingyan City, an adventurer said. I haven't been back for 3 years, so I was a little surprised to see it change from a town to a city, Lin Feng said with a smile. Get out of the way, get out of the way. At this time, a group of cultivators came quickly from the distance. At the front were a dozen cultivators riding horses, and behind them were 5 or 6 young men and women in brocade clothes. Everyone was scattered on both sides of the road, making way for this group of people. Su Yueshi! Lin Feng raised his eyebrows slightly. It was actually her. She had also returned to Qingyan City. Beside Su Yueshi was a handsome young man in white. Haha, you must be the young master of the Bai clan, Bai Xiantian, right? At this time, a group of dozens of people rushed out from Green Cloud City. The leader was a middle-aged man, Su Yueshi's father, Su Dongtang. Bai Xiantian? Is this the eldest young master of Sangharama City's Bai clan? That's right, that should be the case. I heard that Bai Xiantian went out to cultivate with a mysterious expert. To think that he would return. But why is he with Su Yueshi? This is the Su family? Could it be that he's related to the Bai clan? If that's the case, the Su clan is going to become rich. Bai Xiantian is going to become the next leader of the Bai clan. Around them, many people were discussing animatedly. Hello, uncle. Xiantian greets you. Bai Xiantian jumped off his horse and smiled. He was very elegant. Nephew, don't be so polite. We've already prepared a banquet to welcome you back. We hope that you won't dislike the simple food here, said Su Dongtang. Bai Xiantian smiled. Uncle, you're too polite, said Bai Xiantian with a charming smile. The Su clan welcomed the people of the Bai clan into Qingyan City. How strange. Why did the Bai clan come to Qingyan City? Lin Feng frowned. The Fire Qilin was interested and asked, What? What's your relationship with those people? Tell me. I'll explain it to you. Lin Feng told the Fire Qilin everything that had happened recently. The Fire Qilin sneered and said, Most likely, they're targeting your Lin clan. Of course, they could also have other motives, but I think the former is more likely. According to my observations, you can be considered a genius. The Bai clan is already afraid of you and wants to get rid of you as soon as possible. What can they not do? All right. Lin Feng nodded. He entered Qingyan City without stopping and went straight to the Lin clan's territory. When he saw the residents in the northwest of Qingyan City, Lin Feng was overjoyed and excited. It had been 3 years. He was finally back. Young Master Feng is back. The guard outside saw Lin Feng. Even though they hadn't seen each other for 3 years, Lin Feng's appearance hadn't changed much. He recognized Lin Feng immediately and shouted excitedly. I'll go and report to the master. A guard ran into the courtyard. Another guard came forward to greet him. Young Master Feng, you're finally back. The elders of the clan missed you so much during these 3 years, said the guard excitedly. Haha, Brother Dinyo, you've become much stronger after 3 years, said Lin Feng with a smile. The guard scratched his head embarrassedly. Lin Feng entered the residence he hadn't seen in 3 years. Even though he had been away for 3 years, he was still very familiar with the Lin clan. At that moment, a group of people came out from the inner courtyard. The leader was a tall and sturdy old man. He was Lin Feng's grandfather, Lin Zhengqiong. Next to Lin Zhengqiong was a middle-aged man with a pale face. He looked lonely and lonely. He was Lin Feng's father, Lin Beiqian. In addition, the great elder, the second elder, and the other elders of the clan, as well as some uncles and aunts, all came out to welcome Lin Feng. Back then, Lin Feng had shown that he was much more talented than his siblings. Therefore, the Lin clan had spent a lot of money to send Lin Feng to Jialan Academy. For a small clan like the Lin clan, they had limited financial resources. They could only send one disciple to Jialan Academy. The rest of the disciples could only stay in the clan. That was the power of the clan. As long as one disciple of the clan became successful, they would be able to support the development of the clan. It could be said that Lin Feng shouldered the hopes of the entire clan. Seeing his family members, Lin Feng couldn't help but cry. No matter how much pain he had gone through outside, at home, he only felt the warmth and care of his family members. Grandpa, father, great-grandpa, second grandpa, elders, uncles and aunts, Feng is back. Lin Feng bowed deeply to the elders of the clan. My child, it's good that you're back, said Lin Zhengqiong kindly while patting Lin Feng's head. Feng, you must be hungry. Quick, tell the servants to prepare some food, said the great elder. Thank you, great-grandpa, said Lin Feng with a smile. Silly child, why are you thanking me? Said the great elder kindly. I'll tell the servants to prepare Feng's room, said Lin Feng's third aunt, smiling. Lin Feng's heart was moved by the warmth of his family. Lin Feng's heart was filled with gratitude. Chapter 90. When Lin Feng came back, the entire Lin clan was bustling with noise and excitement. Everybody had a feast to welcome Lin Feng. Lin Feng's return cleared away the haze in the hearts of the Lin clan. Feng, how have you been in Jialan Academy for the past 3 years? Do you have enough money to spend every month? Lin Zhengqiong asked with concern. Everything is good. I have enough money to spend, Lin Feng said with a smile. Actually, they didn't have enough money to spend. For example, Lin Feng had to rely on himself to cultivate in the cultivation tower. He didn't ask for money from the Lin clan because it was already a huge expense for Lin Feng to cultivate in the cultivation tower. The Lin clan couldn't pay for Lin Feng to cultivate in the cultivation tower unless they sold their ancestral property. Brother Feng, there must be many powerful people in Jialan Academy, right? I heard that there are many disciples of influential families there, a young fatso said. He was 2 years younger than Lin Feng and was 14 years old. His name was Lin Dong, and he was the only son of Lin Feng's third uncle, Lin Xiong. Yes, there are many people who are extremely strong, said Lin Feng. Lin Feng nodded. Feng, how's your cultivation in Jialan Academy? Lin Feng's third aunt asked. This was a topic that everyone was concerned about, but some of the elders were too embarrassed to ask. However, this matter was related to the rise and fall of the Lin clan. Feng didn't disappoint the elders. I've already broken through to the third sky of the martial master layer, Lin Feng said. In the main hall, there were cries of surprise. Everyone was shocked beyond words. The strongest person in the Lin clan was Lin Zhengqiong, but he was only at the 8th sky of the martial master layer. Lin Feng was only 16 years old, but he had already broken through to the 3rd sky of the martial master layer. Feng? Really? Don't joke with us, said the second elder in a trembling voice. Feng wouldn't dare to lie to the elders, Lin Feng said, and with a flick of his finger, a stream of jinqi flew out of the hall, and a rockery in the courtyard was instantly pierced through, and collapsed with a loud bang. External release of true energy. Only a martial master could reach such a level. The heavens bless my Lin clan, the heavens bless my Lin clan. A few of the clan's elders wept, inwardly wiping away their tears, extremely moved. A new expert had appeared in the clan. Perhaps this would allow this clan to flourish. Little Feng, go back and have a good rest. Tomorrow we'll worship the ancestors and tell them the good news. Our Lin clan finally has an incredible descendant, Lin Zhengqiong said. Yes, Grandpa. After the banquet was over, Lin Feng and his father returned to their small courtyard. Cough, cough. Lin Feng was coughing violently. His father had been coughing for as long as Lin Feng could remember. Father, are you all right? Lin Feng asked worriedly. It's an old problem. It's not a big deal. Lin Beitian waved his hand. Lin Feng and his father sat at a table and drank tea. Lin Feng couldn't help but ask, Father, did something happen in the clan? Something did happen, but don't worry, the elders will take care of it, Lin Beitian said with a smile. Is it the Su clan? Asked Lin Feng. Lin Beitian nodded. It's the Su clan. I don't know why, but they've been drifting away from the Lin clan and the Wang clan. Lin Feng sighed. It all started because of his bad relationship with Su Yueshi. Lin Feng remembered that the Lin clan and the Su clan were allies, so he didn't deliberately make things difficult for Su Yueshi. He also didn't tell the elders about what had happened in Jialan University so that they wouldn't worry. However, he hadn't thought that the Su clan would be the first to betray them. Now, they had joined forces with the Bai clan and wanted to attack the Lin clan. Lin Feng's heart was filled with murderous intent. The Su clan better not do anything to the Lin clan. Otherwise I, Lin Feng, will destroy your entire clan. Family was everything to Lin Feng. For the safety of his family, Lin Feng was willing to do anything. Even if his hands were stained with blood. He wouldn't hesitate. Father, since the Su clan is drifting away from the Lin clan and the Wang clan, we have to be careful in case they stab us in the back, said Lin Feng. All right, the clan is on guard. It's getting late, you should rest early, said Lin Beitian. Then I'll take my leave. Father, you should rest early too. Lin Feng got up and walked out of his father's room, then closed the door behind him. Longer, our child has grown up. He has really grown up. After Lin Feng left, Lin Beitian murmured. He seemed to be immersed in some memories, and his eyes were filled with pain. Cough, cough, cough. Lin Beitian coughed violently. He covered his mouth with a handkerchief. When he finally stopped coughing, there was a pool of blood on the handkerchief. My Dao injury is getting worse, Lin Beitian murmured. Lin Beitian's gaze became deeper and deeper, as if he was weighing the pros and cons, as if he was about to make a difficult decision. After a long time, only a sigh could be heard in the room. Next door, Lin Feng couldn't sleep for a long time after hearing his father's coughing. Are you worried about your father? Hee, I didn't expect you to be such a filial son, said the Fire Qilin. Don't joke about my father, Lin Feng said coldly. Your father's internal injuries are very serious. It's not easy to heal them, said the Fire Qilin. What? My father's internal injuries? Lin Feng suddenly sat up and stared at the Fire Qilin. Of course. Do you think I'm wrong? The Fire Qilin pouted. Lin Feng crawled out of bed and went to the Fire Qilin. It's been so many years. My father's health has been deteriorating day by day. You can see that he's injured, so you must be able to heal him, right? I do have a way to heal your father, but I need a main ingredient. You can't get it, the Fire Qilin said. What do you need? Lin Feng asked. Flood dragon blood, the Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng's mouth twitched violently. Flood dragons were recorded in the classic of mountains and seas. They could control the clouds with one turn of the hand, ride on the clouds, fly into the sky, and swim in the sea. They were omnipotent. With your talent, you might be able to reach the yin-yang layer within 100 years. Then, you might be able to obtain flood dragon blood, but after 100 years, your father will be dead, the Fire Qilin said. Do you have a way to help me? Asked Lin Feng, taking a deep breath. He had never been this serious before. In the darkness of the night, the Fire Qilin's red eyes were staring at the determined young man. The young man was determined, serious, and even pleading for the sake of his family. The Fire Qilin's heart was already cold. Maybe I can try, but I need to prepare some things. Chapter 91. The market was the meeting place of the 4 great clans in Xinyun City. It was also the busiest place in Xinyun City. People came and went, and there were rows upon rows of shops. Many mercenaries would come to the market to sell their loot after killing ferocious beasts in the wild forest. Lin Feng came to the market to collect the things the Fire Qilin needed. In the depths of the wild forest, there was a powerful flood dragon. It was the king of beasts. Lin Feng had heard about it before. But it wasn't easy to get the flood dragon's blood. Fortunately, the Fire Qilin said there was hope. The Fire Qilin needed dozens of spiritual herbs. The Fire Qilin had lost its strength, and its strength was limited, but it still had all the abilities it had before. The Fire Qilin needed to use these spiritual herbs to concoct a medicinal liquid. After taking it, it would recover its strength for a short period of time. It was just the aura that had returned to its peak, not the strength. Sensing its strength, the Fire Qilin seemed to still be an extremely powerful divine beast. In reality, the Fire Qilin's strength hadn't changed. To put it bluntly, the Fire Qilin wanted to scare the flood dragon. Lin Feng didn't know whether this method would work or not, but he had to try. He didn't have much time left. As long as he could get the flood dragon's blood, Lin Feng was willing to try any method. "It's young Master Feng." There were guards patrolling the market. When they saw Lin Feng, they all came forward to greet him. Lin Feng had returned to the clan. Naturally, the news of his return had spread throughout the clan. "Fenger, did you come to the market to buy something?" asked Lin Feng's third uncle, Lin Xiong, with a smile. "There are some things I want to buy," said Lin Feng. "Write down what you need and let the servants help you collect them," said Lin Xiong. Lin Feng nodded. He wrote down the spiritual herbs he needed and gave it to a guard. "Let's go and have a look," said Lin Xiong with a smile. "Third uncle, please lead the way," said Lin Feng with a smile. The market square was a place guarded by the 4 great clans of Green Cloud City. Those who did business in the market would receive the protection of the 4 great clans. Of course, these shops would have to pay a certain amount of taxes every month. For a small family like the Lin family, their main income came from the taxes collected from the market and some of the family's businesses. Their annual income was around 500,000 to 600,000 taels of silver. However, the Lin family, including the main bloodline, branch bloodlines, servants, and guards, still had more than 1,000 people. The expenses were enormous. As for Lin Feng, he spent 150,000 taels of silver a year to train in Jialan Academy. This was why a small clan like the Lin clan could only afford to send 1 or 2 people to train in Jialan Academy. In addition to offering basic cultivation resources, there were some precious cultivation resources that a small family like the Lin family could not afford. Fortunately, Lin Feng had always been diligent. Coupled with the fortuitous encounters he had encountered, his cultivation had improved rapidly. He did not disappoint the expectations of his family. Lin Feng patrolled the market with his third uncle, Lin Xiong, mainly to prevent people from causing trouble in the market. After all, many of the people who came to the market were mercenaries. These people had bad tempers, and it was very easy for them to get into conflicts with the shop owners. At times like this, the Lin family had to step in to settle things and prevent the situation from escalating. "Third Master, you're here. Come in and have a drink before you leave." When they passed by an antique shop, the shopkeeper greeted Lin Xiong with a smile. "Ha ha, old man, do you have some good tea again?" said Lin Xiong with a smile. "This year's new tea leaves have just arrived. Third Master, come in and have a taste. If you like the taste, I'll pack some for you and bring it back to the clan for you to taste," said the shopkeeper with a smile. "It's fine if I drink your tea." "How can I bring it back?" Lin Xiong shook his head. "It's all thanks to the Lin family's protection that I can do business in peace." "What's a few tea leaves?" said the shopkeeper with a smile. He invited Lin Xiong in. "Are you young Master Lin Feng?" asked the shopkeeper respectfully as he looked at Lin Feng. "Do you know me?" asked Lin Feng, surprised. "I have a relative who's studying in Jialan Academy. A while ago, I went to Jialan City to buy goods and stayed at my relative's place to rest. I heard from my nephew that you were Lin Feng, Lin Gongzi. I heard that Lin Gongzi was invincible during the inner courtyard competition of Jialan Academy. Today, I'm able to meet you, Lin Gongzi. I'm really lucky," said the shopkeeper flatteringly. He knew that Lin Feng was only 16 years old, and had already broken through to the martial master layer. In the future, the Lin clan might not be able to stay in Xinyun City. The shopkeeper was so polite because he wanted to establish a good relationship with the Lin clan. "Haha, my nephew is the hope of the Lin family," said Lin Xiong with a smile. "Cough, cough. He's not as amazing as the rumors say. It's normal for students to win and lose," said Lin Feng with a smile. Suddenly, Lin Feng felt someone tugging at his trousers. He looked down and saw the Fire Qilin. "Third Master, Lin Gongzi, please take a seat in the inner courtyard," said the shopkeeper. Lin Feng felt that the Fire Qilin was tugging at him for something, so he said, "I prefer looking at the antiques here," said Lin Feng, pointing at the dazzling array of goods. "Lin Gongzi, take your time. If you see anything you like, just tell me," said the shopkeeper. Lin Feng nodded. The shopkeeper and Lin Xiong entered the inner courtyard. "What's wrong?" asked Lin Feng. "There's a piece of bronze on the counter over there, buy it," said the Fire Qilin. Lin Feng walked over to the counter. There were many trinkets on the counter. "Lin Gongzi, everything here was unearthed from an ancient tomb. Do you see anything you like?" asked the shopkeeper with a smile. "Unearthed from an ancient tomb?" Lin Feng was surprised. A year ago, a cultivator found a tomb. Many strong cultivators went in to search for treasures. It's said that many people died. These things were unearthed from there," said the shopkeeper. "Let me see that piece of bronze." Lin Feng pointed at the bronze the Fire Qilin was talking about. The shopkeeper gave the bronze to Lin Feng. This piece of bronze was obviously a broken piece. Some vague imprints could be vaguely seen on it, indicating that it was from a very long time ago. "I'll take this." Lin Feng gave the banknotes to the shopkeeper and took the bronze. "Lin Gongzi, the shopkeeper said that you can't take money," said the shopkeeper. He wanted to return the money to Lin Feng, but Lin Feng smiled and said, "It's fine, just take it." Lin Feng went into the inner courtyard and greeted his third uncle, Lin Xiong. He asked the guards to buy his things and deliver them to his house. Lin Feng then left the antique shop and walked towards his house. He wanted to ask the Fire Qilin about the bronze. What was the origin of the bronze that made the Fire Qilin value it so much? Chapter 92. "Qilin, what is this bronze?" On the way, Lin Feng and the Qilin talked. The Fire Qilin laughed mischievously. "You're really lucky. This is a treasure. Let's talk about it when we get back." At that moment, there was a commotion in front of them. "Stop that kid! Don't let him escape!" A group of 4 or 5 people were chasing a young man. In the end, the group of people caught up to the youth. "Beat him up! Beat him to death! He dares offend the Nayland family! He's courting death!" shouted someone arrogantly. Then, the 5 of them surrounded the young man and beat him up. "Didn't you want to run away to get help? Why don't you keep running?" A tall youth sneered as he viciously kicked the youth who had been beaten to the ground. Many people who were watching the show were pointing and gossiping. But who would dare to stop the Nayland family? Wasn't that just courting death? In Xinyun City, the Nayland family was the #1 family. Even if the Lin, Wang, and Su families joined forces, they wouldn't be a match for the Nayland family. The most terrifying thing about the Nayland family was that they had a powerful backer in Jialan City, the main branch of the Nayland family. Bang, 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 the 5 disciples of the Nayland clan were all incomparably arrogant. They kicked the youth on the ground one after another. The youth who was being beaten was very unyielding. He didn't cry out for mercy. Instead, he clenched his teeth and shouted, "Nayland Xian, unless you kill me, I will definitely get my revenge for today's incident." "Fuck, you're quite stubborn. Let's see if your mouth or my fists are harder," sneered the young man called Nayland Xian. He and the other 4 continued to beat the young man. The young man's face was swollen and his mouth and nose were bleeding. He looked miserable. Lin Kun, if you kneel down and beg for mercy, I'll let you go. What do you think? Nayland Xian looked down at the young man who was being beaten. You want me to kneel down and apologize to you? Maybe in your next life. The young man who was being beaten was very stubborn. I'm giving you face, but you don't want it. Keep beating him, said Nayland Xian coldly. The disciples of the Nayland family continued to beat Lin Kun. Lin Kun! At this moment, the crowd was pushed aside and a youth squeezed in. When he saw Lin Kun being beaten up by Nayland Xian and the others, the youth's face immediately became extremely gloomy. The newcomer was Lin Feng. Lin Feng, who was walking towards his family, saw the conflict and squeezed his way in to see what was going on. He didn't expect that it was actually a fellow clan brother of the Lin family who was being humiliated and brutally beaten up by Nayland Xian and the others. Lin Kun was the third elder's grandson and Lin Feng's playmate since childhood. Big brother Feng. After seeing Lin Feng, Lin Kun's eyes lit up. Why aren't you stopping? Lin Feng shouted coldly. Nayland Xian looked at Lin Feng and was surprised. After a moment of shock, he sneered and said, I was wondering who it was. So it's you, Lin Feng. I haven't seen you for 3 years, but you've become bolder after coming back from Jialan Academy. You actually dared to shout in front of me. Do you believe that I won't beat you up too? Lin Feng naturally knew Nayland Xian. He was the grandson of the Nayland family's first elder and had been cultivating in Jialan Academy for many years. He was very strong. The Nayland family was backed by the Nayland family, one of the 10 great families of Jialan City. Their family had more than 10 direct descendants who were able to enter various academies to cultivate. This kind of foundation wasn't something the Lin, Su, or Wang families could compare to. But so what? With Lin Feng's current strength, someone like Nayland Xian was nothing in his eyes. They weren't even on the same level as Lin Feng. Lin Feng sneered. He didn't even want to waste his breath on Nayland Xian. He directly rushed towards Nayland Xian. His own brother had been beaten to such a state. How could he tolerate that? Of course not. When Nayland Xian saw Lin Feng attack, he had a ferocious smile on his face. Lin Feng, you want to fight against me? You really don't know what's good for you. Attack! Beat him up as well! Nayland Xian waved his hand. Brother Xian, don't worry. Leave him to us. The other 4 members of the Nayland family jumped out and surrounded Lin Feng. The Nayland family and the Lin family are having a conflict. This is going to be interesting. They're all members of aristocratic families, but the Lin family is weak. That young master of the Lin family is probably going to be humiliated by the Nayland family like his brothers. They're going to beat him up. The onlookers were whispering amongst themselves. They were all looking at Lin Feng with pity in their eyes. Little brat, you don't know what's good for you in front of Brother Xian. Today, I'll show you the consequences of offending Brother Xian. The members of the Na Lan clan were smiling coldly and attacking Lin Feng at the same time. Humph, you don't know what's good for you. Lin Feng sneered. Swish. Everybody could see that Lin Feng was moving. Fast. He was really too fast. Like a white steed flashing through a crack. Everyone only saw an afterimage flash before their eyes. Bang, 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 bang. After that, there were 4 consecutive sounds of collision. Oh! Mournful screams rang out one after another. Everyone saw that the 4 disciples of the Nayland family were all sent flying. The 4 members of the Nayland family had their arms broken when they fought Lin Feng. Their bones were exposed. They looked extremely miserable. The 4 of them fell heavily on the ground and screamed miserably. You hit my brothers! I'll make you pay 10 times over. Lin Feng looked coldly at the 4 members of the Nayland family who had been crippled by him. His eyes were ice cold. Oh my God! The young master next door is so strong? Exclamations were heard as everyone looked at Lin Feng in shock. Lin Feng, you dared to cripple the members of the Nayland family? You're courting death! Nayland Xian's face was extremely gloomy. Nayland Xian leaped out and charged at Lin Feng. He used the pressure of Mount Tai on Lin Feng. Nayland Xian's strength was not to be underestimated. He was even stronger than Nayland Feiyang. Nayland Xian had already broken through to the 10th layer of the warrior realm. He could be considered a genius even in the major academies of the Jinwu country. The power of this attack was extremely terrifying. The aura emitted from Nayland Xian's body made many people around him unable to breathe. Everyone looked at Nayland Xian in shock. They were all shocked by Nayland Xian's terrifying strength. Humph! Facing Nayland Xian's powerful attack, Lin Feng moved. Lin Feng stepped forward and waved his right fist, punching towards Nayland Xian. Everyone was astonished and shook their heads. Nayland Xian had such terrifying strength, but the young master of the Lin family had actually dealt with it so casually. He was probably going to suffer a great loss, right? However, before the onlookers could even think about it, they saw Lin Feng and Nayland Xian collide. Lin Feng stood in his original position without moving, but Lin Feng sent Nayland Xian flying with a punch. Kacha kacha. The arm that collided with Lin Feng was broken just like the other four. He fell to the ground, twitching and screaming. Everyone looked at Lin Feng in shock. No one would have thought that Lin Feng would be so powerful. He easily dealt with a group of experts from the Nayland family. Lin Kun was also astonished. He knew that this brother of Lin Feng's was astonishingly strong, but he hadn't thought that he would be so strong. This gave Lin Kun hope. He said anxiously, "Big brother Feng, little sister Lan Er and the others have been blocked by the Nayland clan. I'm worried that little sister Lan Er and the others will fall into their hands and suffer a great loss." "What's going on?" Lin Feng's expression suddenly sank. "It's Nayland Zissou, Nayland Lingjun, and the others. Nayland Lingjun has been pestering Sister Lan Er for a while now, and even proposed marriage to our family. Brother Feng, you know that Nayland Lingjun is a scumbag. Who knows how many women he has harmed. He also has an engagement, and he only proposed marriage to Sister Lan Er to be his concubine. Our Lin family naturally wouldn't agree. Today, this bastard saw Sister Lan Er and cornered her in a corner. He wanted to humiliate Sister Lan Er in broad daylight, and even tore her clothes. Luckily, Lin Dong and I came out today and saw this. If we hadn't discovered it early, Sister Lan Er's innocence would have been sullied. If such a thing really happened, the family could only betroth Sister Lan Er to that bastard for the sake of our family's reputation. After we found out, these people even complained, saying that Sister Lan Er seduced Nayland Lingjun. Lin Dong and I couldn't accept it, and tried to reason with them, but we were beaten up. They surrounded us and didn't let us leave, so I escaped to inform them." When he heard this, Lin Feng was about to explode from anger. When he thought about how the pure and cute Sister Lan Er was almost sullied by Nayland Lingjun, Lin Feng felt a raging fire in his chest. "Bring me over to have a look." Lin Feng's gaze was extremely gloomy, and his voice was ice cold. Chapter 93. At the corner of a street, this place was originally a filthy slum. Other than those who lived at the bottom, very few people would come here. Therefore, Nayland Lingjun was not afraid of others knowing that he was committing violence here and with people watching over him. He had never expected that Lin Dong, Lin Kun and the rest would pass by a shop not far away and bump into this matter. Lin Lan Er was born cute. Although she was still young, she was already so charming. When she grew up, she would definitely be a beauty. Although Lin Lan Er was only a disciple of the Lin family's side branch, her talent was outstanding and the family still valued her. Now that there was a conflict here, it was already surrounded by people. Lin Lan Er's face was pale and she was about to cry. She was held in the arms of another girl from the Lin family. That girl was called Lin Yuqing. She was also a talented girl from the Lin family's side branch and had a good relationship with Lin Lan Er. "Bitch, how dare you seduce my brother? Don't you know that my brother is engaged? How dare you seduce my brother? The Lin family is indeed lowly. From the main branch to the side branch, all of them are bitches." A girl in purple pointed at Lin Lan and scolded. This person was Nayland Zissou. Many people around were pointing and whispering to each other. "Boo-hoo! Lin Laner was almost humiliated by Nalan Lingjun previously. Now that Nalan Zissou was slandering her for seducing Nalan Lingjun, she cried in grievance. Damn it, God is watching. It's not that karma won't come, it's just that it's not time yet. After doing such a heartless thing, you still dare to slander our sister Laner. You will suffer retribution sooner or later. Lin Dong was a hot-tempered person and immediately scolded. Nalan Lingjuan's face changed slightly. He was really afraid of retribution. Retribution? I think you are the ones who will suffer retribution. A bunch of bitches from the Lin family. Nalan Zissou scolded. Nalan Lingjun stood out and looked coldly at Lin Dong. He sneered and said, Lin Dong, you trash. Who are you mocking? How dare you slander me? Today, I will let you know the consequences of slandering me. Previously, Nalan Lingjun had a conflict with Lin Feng in Eastern City. Originally, he wanted to humiliate Lin Feng, but he didn't expect to be defeated by Lin Feng. Nalan Lingjun, with his arrogant temperament, was defeated by Lin Feng. This made Nalan Lingjun feel incomparably sullen and angry. During this period of time, he had been harboring hatred in his heart and wanted to take revenge, but he didn't find the opportunity to do so. Seeing that Lin Feng dared to scold him, Nalan Lingjun was extremely confident. Furthermore, there were only 4 people from the Lin family present. They were Lin Dong, Lin Yang, Lin Laner, and Lin Yuqing. On the other hand, there were only a dozen people from the Nalan family. With a sinister smile, Nalan Lingjun charged towards Lin Feng. Boom! Nalan Lingjun took a step forward, and a terrifying aura immediately gushed out. With Nalan Lingjun's strength at the 9th heavenly layer, it was too easy for him to deal with Lin Dong, who was at the 4th heavenly layer. This battle was simply one-sided. Nalan Lingjun walked towards Lin Dong step by step, and a terrifying pressure spread out. That pressure was like a mountain, pressing down on Lin Dong's body, as if it wanted to force Lin Dong to kneel on the ground. Lin Dong's legs were trembling, but his back was still straight. He struggled to resist the terrifying pressure emitted by Nalan Lingjun. Lin Dong raised his head and said coldly, "Haha, you want me to kneel? In your next life. Then you refuse a toast only to be forced to drink a forfeit. If you don't kneel, I will beat you until you kneel and beg for mercy." Nalan Ling's handsome face was filled with a sinister smile as he sent a slap towards Lin Dong's face. That slap was so powerful that it caused the air to emit a series of sonic booms. If this slap landed on Lin Dong's face would be smashed by Nalan Lingjuan's slap. Lin Dong, Lin Yang, Lin Laner, and Lin Yuqing's faces turned pale, and they looked at Lin Dong worriedly. Nalan Lingjuan's mouth was filled with a sinister smile. It was as if he could already see the scene of Lin Dong being slapped half to death by him, and the slap was about to land on Lin Dong's face. But at this moment, crack! Nalan Lingjun felt as if his arm was clamped by a tiger, and a heart-wrenching pain swept through his body, causing Nalan Lingjun to scream. Nalan Lingjun turned his head, and his face was filled with horror, because the person who came was none other than Lin Feng, whom he hated to the bone. "Brother Feng!" Lin Dong shouted in surprise. He originally thought that the outcome would be quite miserable, but he did not expect Lin Feng to arrive in time. Lin Laner, Lin Yuqing, and Lin Yang's eyes lit up. Lin Feng looked at Lin Laner. When he saw that Lin Laner was all right, he felt relieved. He still remembered when he was a little girl, she used to follow him around. She used to wear her hair in braids. She looked like a jade carving. Just looking at Lin Laner's pale face, Lin Feng's heart surged with dense killing intent. Nalan Lingjun regained his senses after a short moment of shock. Although Lin Feng was very powerful, he had more than 10 people on his side, and they had an absolute advantage in terms of numbers. What was there to be afraid of? Nalan Lingjun looked coldly at Lin Feng and said, "You'd better let me go, or none of you will be able to leave today." "Lin Feng, hurry up and let him go, do you want to die?" Nalan Zissou screamed. "Let him go, or you won't be able to bear the consequences." The rest of the Nalan clan members shouted with arrogance. "Let him go! Is this guy in my hand even human? Lin Feng's face was filled with a sinister expression. If Lin Kun and the others hadn't seen Nailin Lingjun humiliating Lin Lan and dealt with her in time, the consequences would have been unimaginable. How would Lan live in the future? When he thought of this, the coldness in Lin Feng's eyes intensified. He suddenly exerted force on his wrist, and with a crack, the sound of bones breaking could be heard. Ah! Nailin Lingjun screamed. His wrist had been broken by Lin Feng. Bang! Next, Lin Feng kicked Nailin Lingjun's right leg. Crack! Nailin Lingjun's right leg broke into two. With a plop, Nailin Lingjun fell to the ground. Brat, how dare you treat me like this? You're dead. Nailin Lingjun glared at Lin Feng and roared. Is that so? I'd like to see who will die first. Lin Feng's face was filled with a sinister smile. He raised his right foot and stomped on Nailin Lingjun's left arm. Crack! Nailin Lingjun's left arm was broken. Next, Lin Feng raised his right foot and stomped on Nailin Lingjun's other leg. Crack! Nailin Lingjun's second leg was broken. In the blink of an eye, all four of Nailin Lingjun's limbs had been crippled by Lin Feng. Everyone was dumbfounded. They stared at the scene in front of them, dumbfounded. I'll cripple you, you animal! Lin Feng smiled coldly and threw a kick at Nailin Lingjun's crotch. Bang! Everybody could see that Lin Feng had violently kicked that vital part of his body. Ah! Nailin Lingjun screamed and fainted. Blood instantly flowed out of Nailin Lingjun's crotch. It's over. He's completely crippled. He can't even be a man. Many people gasped in shock. Everybody was looking at Lin Feng in awe and veneration. That guy was way too cruel. Nailin Zissa came back to her senses and looked at the crippled Nailin Lingjun. She was about to go crazy. Kill him. Kill him for me. Chapter 94. Is that young Master Lin Feng from the Lin family? That's right, that's young Master Lin Feng. I heard that he was cultivating in Jialan Academy. I didn't expect him to come back. Young Master Lin Feng is so cruel. He actually crippled Nailin Lingjun. I heard that Lin Lan and Lin Feng were close since they were young. Seeing that Lin Feng was almost humiliated, Lin Lan must have been furious. I really admire him. Many people who were watching the show were talking about it. Brother Feng is too awesome. Lin Dong and the rest were filled with excitement. Crippling a scum like Nailin Lingjun was like getting rid of an evil for the people. At that moment, two people from the Nailin family walked out. Their auras were extremely powerful. Nailin Shin! Nailin Yuan! Many people exclaimed when they saw the two people. Although Nailin Shin and Nailin Yuan were from the side branches of the Nailin family, they were extremely talented. Moreover, both of them were at the 10th celestial layer of the warrior realm. They were geniuses among geniuses. Many people were worried for Lin Feng when they saw the two people attacking. The onlookers didn't have a good impression of the arrogant and despotic Nailin family. Instead, they had a good impression of the Lin family because the members of the Lin family were very approachable. Even among the younger generation, there were no hedonistic sons. Unlike the Nailin family, which was a group of hedonistic sons who were wicked beyond redemption. Nailin Shun and Nailin Yuan were very experienced in fighting. They cooperated well and attacked Lin Feng from the left and right. Powerful energy surged out, causing the faces of Lin Dong and the others to turn pale. They couldn't help but worry for Lin Feng. Humph! Lin Feng sneered and took a step forward, instantly arriving in front of Nailin Shun and Nailin Yuan. Bang, bang! He threw out two punches consecutively, colliding with Nailin Shun and Nailin Yuan's fists. Along with the tyrannical sound of the collision. Everyone saw it. Nailin Shin! Nailin Yuan and Nailin Shun were forced to retreat. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Many people exclaimed. Their faces were full of shock. Lin Feng was only 16 years old. He actually repelled Nailin Shun, who was at the 10th layer of the martial artist realm. Nailin Yuan! Furthermore, he was able to defeat two of them by himself. This level of cultivation was simply too terrifying. Big Brother Feng is that strong? Lin Dong, Lin Yang, and the rest also looked at Lin Feng in shock. Of course, they knew that Lin Feng was a genius student of Jialan Academy. However, they never thought that Lin Feng would be so strong. Big Brother Feng is amazing. Lin Lana's pretty face regained some color as she looked at Lin Feng in shock. Lin Yuqing nodded. Obviously, Lin Yuqing was also deeply shocked by the strength displayed by Lin Feng. All of you attack! Nailin Zissa's face turned red, and she screamed. Chapter 95. Now Lan Tianjiao's arrival changed the situation. Now Lan Tianjiao's reputation was incredible. Besides, he had been studying in the Imperial University for a few years. Nobody knew how strong he was now. There were 9 universities in Jinwu. Only the universities in the Imperial University were considered universities. They were the strongest universities in the Imperial University. They were the cradle of strong cultivators. Many people were excited to see Na Lan Tianjiao. The younger generation of the Nailin clan and the Lin clan were going to get more and more intense. Lin Feng, you dare injure people from the Nailin clan? Na Lan Tianjiao looked at the members of the Nailin clan who had been beaten half to death by Lin Feng. He looked glum. So what if you're injured? A group of people against me, and I defeated you. You're a bunch of trash, said Lin Feng aggressively. Even though he was facing a genius like Na Lan Tianjiao, he didn't back down. So what if he was the most famous genius of the Nailin clan? In the past year, Lin Feng had been through all kinds of situations. He wasn't afraid of Na Lan Tianjiao. Lin Feng, you think too highly of yourself. If I wanted to cripple your cultivation, do you think you'd still be standing here talking to me? I didn't cripple your cultivation because I didn't want people to say that I'm bullying the weak. But I can't let this matter go so easily. Cripple one of your arms, otherwise I'll have to do it myself. It won't be as simple as crippling your arm. Na Lan Tianjiao clasped his hands behind his back and looked at Lin Feng arrogantly. Lin Feng curled his lips and said, I'll give you a chance. Make Na Lan Zissa kneel in front of my little sister and kowtow and apologize. Otherwise, I won't let this matter go. Many people looked excited. Narin Tianjiao and Lin Feng didn't intend to back down. Lin Feng and Narin Tianjiao didn't intend to back down. Na Lan Tianjiao narrowed his eyes. Na Lan Tianjiao was an extremely famous genius in the Jinwu country. He was proud and arrogant, so he obviously didn't care about Lin Feng. But now, Lin Feng had infuriated him. Na Lan Tianjiao looked at Lin Feng coldly and said, Little boy, do you think you can act arrogantly in front of me just because you're strong? What a joke. Today, I will teach you a lesson that you will never forget. I will let you know that there is always someone better than you. Shua! Na Lan Tianjiao attacked. Lin Feng. Nailin Tianjiao's strength could be said to be unfathomable. The moment he attacked, the terrifying aura emitted from his body caused many people to pale. That chi was too terrifying. Many people looked at Lin Feng with pity. They thought that although Lin Feng was very strong, there was still a big gap between him and Na Lan Tianjiao. The gap between them was especially obvious. Many people even thought that Lin Feng wouldn't be able to last more than 3 rounds against Na Lan Tianjiao. Brother, you must break his limbs! Shouted Na Lan Zisu. She looked at Lin Feng in a cold and evil way. Na Lan Zisu wasn't only beautiful, but she also had a heart as venomous as a snake and a scorpion. Bang! At that moment, Lin Feng and Na Lan Tianjiao collided. Everybody saw that Lin Feng and Na Lan Tianjiao had collided, but surprisingly, Lin Feng hadn't been injured at all. Na Lan Tianjiao's attack had been casual, but he was one of the strongest cultivators in Jinwu. Even if he had only used 30% of his strength, he should have been able to defeat Lin Feng. But the fact was that Lin Feng had blocked his attack. How is that possible? Na Lan Tianjiao's face looked extremely gloomy. Lin Feng had blocked his attack. Na Lan Tianjiao felt humiliated. Na Lan Tianjiao regretted. He should have used 50% of his strength to defeat Lin Feng, instead of 30%. Nalan Tianjiao was about to attack again when Lin Feng moved towards Nalan Zissou. Ah! What are you doing? Nalan Zissou's face turned pale when she saw Lin Feng rushing towards her. Especially, Nalan Zissou saw the sinister look in Lin Feng's eyes. Nalan Zissou's arrogance disappeared without a trace. Now, there was only fear in her eyes. She had thought that Nalan Tianjiao could easily defeat Lin Feng. She hadn't expected that Nalan Tianjiao would fail to defeat Lin Feng. Instead, he had allowed Lin Feng to get closer to her. Bitch, don't you know what I'm doing? How dare you humiliate my Lin family and slander my sister Lan heir? No one in this world can save you. Lin Feng laughed sinisterly. Nalan Tianjiao's face changed. He hadn't expected Lin Feng to rush towards Nalan Zissou. Nalan Tianjiao wanted to stop him. But compared to Lin Feng, who had golden wings, Nalan Tianjiao's speed was too slow. Lin Feng's golden wings didn't just give Lin Feng the ability to fly. Lin Feng's movement speed, running speed, reaction speed, and so on had all been greatly improved. It wasn't something an ordinary person could compare to. Even Nalan Tianjiao was far from it. Swoosh! Lin Feng instantly appeared in front of Nalan Zissou, and reached out his right hand to grab her. Nalan Tianjiao shouted coldly, "Let's see if you dare to attack. If you dare, I'll take your life today." Lin Feng sneered. "You dare to say that you'll take my life? What a joke!" Lin Feng's expression was indifferent. He didn't even care about Nalan Tianjiao. His large hand reached out and directly grabbed Nalan Zissou in his hand. Nalan Tianjiao's face darkened. He had personally made a move, but he hadn't been able to take down Lin Feng. Instead, Lin Feng had captured Nalan Zissou. If he really made Nalan Zissou kneel, Nalan Tianjiao wouldn't be the only one who would lose face. Nalan Tianjiao regretted that he hadn't used more power to deal with Lin Feng. "Lin Feng, if you dare to touch Zissou, I'll make you regret being born." Nalan Tianjiao looked coldly at Lin Feng. "I'm going to touch her today." Facing Nalan Tianjiao's threat, Lin Feng's face was full of disdain. He kicked Nalan Zissou's right leg. There was no need to be polite to such a bitch. Nalan Tianjiao's leg twitched. Chapter 96. "Ah! You dare hit me!" shouted Nalan Zissou. She looked at Lin Feng with hatred. She was the young lady of the Nalan clan. She had never been hit by anyone before. But now, in front of so many people, Lin Feng had slapped her. Nalan Zissou couldn't accept it. She felt like she was going crazy. "You're such a vicious bitch. So what if I hit you?" Slap! Slap! Another slap landed on Nalan Zissou's face. That was a slap to the face. Nalan Tianjiao had just threatened Lin Feng. Then, Lin Feng turned around and slapped Nalan Zissou twice. He wasn't just slapping Nalan Tianjiao's face. He was also slapping the Nalan clan's face. Nalan Tianjiao looked extremely gloomy. If looks could kill, Lin Feng would have been killed by Nalan Tianjiao's glare. As for Nalan Zissou, Lin Feng had slapped her twice. She didn't dare make a sound. He really slapped Nalan Zissou. He completely ignored Nalan Tianjiao's threat. This is going to be very interesting. Let's see how this is going to turn out. Many of the onlookers started to discuss. Everybody looked at Lin Feng and Nalan Tianjiao excitedly. Nalan Tianjiao wouldn't give up so easily. "Little boy, you want to die!" shouted Nalan Tianjiao furiously. He threw a punch at Lin Feng. He wanted to kill Lin Feng. Nalan Tianjiao was very confident in his attack. He was convinced that he could destroy Lin Feng's defense. How terrifying! Nalan Tianjiao is really strong! Lin Feng is going to die! Everybody looked at Lin Feng with pity. Nobody believed that Lin Feng could block Nalan Tianjiao's attack. Collapsing fist! Lin Feng attacked Nalan Tianjiao again. He immediately used an earth-level skill, collapsing fist. A terrifying strength exploded in his body and poured into his right fist. That strength exploded in a flash. Bang! Lin Feng and Nalan Tianjiao collided. Everybody saw that both of them were pushed back 3 steps. Nalan Tianjiao didn't kill Lin Feng in one hit. Everybody couldn't believe their eyes. Lin Feng is so strong? One of the onlookers said in a trembling voice. Damn it! Nalan Tianjiao pulled a long face. He had attacked Lin Feng twice, but he hadn't been able to injure Lin Feng. Nalan Tianjiao's Nalan Tianjiao's Tianjiao. That was unacceptable. Very good, very good. I didn't think that I would be wrong. Tianjiao's Tianjiao Tianjiao. Tianjiao Qi. The terrifying aura it emitted was many times more powerful than before. Obviously, Nalan Tianjiao was going to use his full strength. Nobody knew how terrifying Nalan Tianjiao was when he used his full strength. Lin Feng, I only use 50% of my strength. Now I'll use my full strength. I'll crush you like an ant, said Nalan Tianjiao with a hideous smile. Lin Feng smiled coldly. Nalan Tianjiao was really strong, but so what? If he used his full strength, he wouldn't necessarily lose, said Lin Feng, smiling coldly. Bah! You're really shameless. 50% of your strength is all you've got? Just now, I only used 30% of my strength. Let's see how I'll beat you, said Lin Feng mockingly. Nalan Tianjiao pulled a long face and stepped forwards. His qi was becoming more and more powerful. At that moment, Lin Feng also started using his 3 black holes. He was getting ready to fight. Even though Lin Feng looked down on Nalan Tianjiao, he was just trying to provoke him. He knew how terrifying Nalan Tianjiao was. He had to use his full strength to defeat him. Just as the 2 sides were about to draw their swords, a loud shout came from afar. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! 2 groups of people were rushing towards them. It's third uncle! Shouted Lin Yang excitedly. The people from the Lin clan were Lin Xiong, Lin Feng's third uncle and Lin Dong's father. A group of people from the Nalan clan arrived as well. The leader of the group was Nalan Wuji. He was also one of the higher-ups of the Nalan clan. They had received reports from their subordinates and hurried over. They were just in time to see Lin Feng and Nalan Tianjiao. Third uncle. Lin Feng stopped releasing his qi. Nalan Tianjiao looked glum. He knew that with so many strong cultivators, the battle couldn't continue. Once they started fighting, it would become a war between the 2 clans. What's going on? Asked Nalan Wuji when he saw that the Nalan clan had been beaten half to death. He looked glum. 7th uncle, it's Lin Feng's fault. He slapped me twice. He doesn't put the Nalan clan in his eyes. 7th uncle, you have to avenge us, shouted Nalan Zissou. Nalan Wuji looked glum. He didn't look at Lin Feng, he looked at Lin Xiong and said coldly, Lin Xiong, you have to give the Nalan clan an explanation. Otherwise, we won't let you off, said Lin Feng, smiling coldly. Explanation? What explanation? It was your Nalan clan who attacked first. You attacked together, but you were beaten up. You're not as strong as them, but you want an explanation. I've seen shameless people, but I've never seen someone as shameless as you. How dare you, little brat! Nalan Wuji was furious. He looked at Lin Feng icily. If looks could kill, Lin Feng would have already been killed by Nalan Wuji. A little brat dared talk to him like that. Nalan Wuji felt like he had lost face. Lin Feng smiled coldly. You're shameless, and you still have the nerve to call me arrogant? You want to die, little brat! Shouted Nalan Wuji furiously. It seemed like he wanted to attack. Lin Xiong stepped forward and sneered, looking at Nalan Wuji and said, What? You want to attack? Do you want to exchange a few moves with me? Nalan Wuji looked glum. Lin Xiong was in the top 3 of the 4 great clans. Nalan Wuji had no chance of winning. Lin Xiong, you're siding with him. The Nalan clan won't let you off. Let's go, said Nalan Wuji. He helped the injured members of the Nalan clan stand up. Then, the members of the Nayland clan squeezed through the crowd and left. Nayland Tianjiao looked at Lin Feng coldly and smiled coldly. I have to say that you're very lucky. You've escaped today, but you better pray that you don't see me again, because the next time we meet, you won't be as lucky as today. Lin Feng said indifferently. Is that so? I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Then wash your neck and wait for your death, said Nayland Wuji. Nayland Tianjiao's lips curled into a cold smile. All right, I'll wait. But when the time comes, we won't know who will win, said Lin Feng, smiling coldly. Said Nalan Tianjiao, glancing at Lin Feng coldly. He then turned around and left. Are you all right? Asked Lin Xiong, looking at Lin Feng with concern. Lin Feng shook his head and said, I'm fine, but Lin Kun is injured. Third uncle, we'll go back and treat Lin Kun. All right, be careful. Lin Feng nodded and left with Lin Dong, Lin Kun, Lin Lan and the others. Chapter 97. The fire Qilin was quite capable, and it even knew how to concoct pills. It had asked Lin Feng to gather the ingredients, and after returning to the clan, the fire Qilin started concocting pills himself. In the end, the fire Qilin concocted a small bottle of spirit liquid. Is that what we need? Lin Feng was surprised. The fire Qilin nodded and said, Indeed. Whether or not we can get the flood dragon's blood will depend on this bottle of spirit liquid. So, when are we leaving? Asked Lin Feng. Get ready, we'll leave tomorrow, said the fire Qilin. All right. Lin Feng nodded. The desolate forest was boundless, vast and boundless. Who knew how many ferocious beasts lived in it? The flood dragon was one of the overlords of the jungle. In the flood dragon lake, there was a flood dragon hibernating there. The flood dragon lake was located in the middle of the jungle. It was a gigantic lake. It was rumored that there was a flood dragon living in the depths of the lake. It was said that it was extremely strong. Lin Feng and the fire Qilin quickly walked towards the lake. Roar! One day, an earth-shattering roar came from the distance. Lin Feng looked over and was astonished. He saw two extremely strong beasts fighting each other. One of them was a gigantic tiger. It was 100 meters long, and had 2 wings. It was a winged tiger, an extremely rare species. The other one was a bird. This bird's body was even larger. When it spread its wings, it was at least 200 meters long. Sky-splitting eagle! Lin Feng was astonished. That flying beast was the sky-splitting condor, which had the blood of an ancient ferocious bird flowing in its veins. It was rumored that in the ancient times, the sky-splitting condor could hunt down deities. Of course, with the passage of countless years, the sky-splitting condor's bloodline had gradually thinned, and it was difficult for it to reproduce the glory of its ancestors in the ancient times. Even so, the sky-splitting condor in front of them was extremely terrifying. It possessed the power to destroy heaven and earth. The winged tiger and the sky-splitting eagle are both overlords of the jungle, right? Why are they fighting each other? Lin Feng looked up at the sky and couldn't help but mutter to himself. The fire Qilin narrowed its eyes and said, The overlords of this wild jungle fight each other, either for the sake of natural treasures or for the sake of territory. The battle between the winged tiger and the sky-splitting condor was earth-shattering. The mountain peaks were destroyed under the attacks of the two ferocious beasts. In the end, everything turned into ruins. It was hard to imagine how powerful the winged tiger and the sky-splitting condor were. This level of existence was at least at the level of a yin-yang realm human expert. They might even be stronger. Lin Feng quickly left to avoid being affected by the battle. He continued on his way, heading towards Jiaolong Lake. At the same time, Bai Xiantian, who had followed Su Yueshi to Qingyun City, also entered the desolate jungle. Bai Xiantian naturally had his own reasons for coming to Qingyun City. Over the years, he had paid a huge price to search for the treasures left behind by a strong cultivator. Now, he had finally found some information. The last place that strong cultivator had appeared was a dangerous area in the desolate jungle. That area was filled with ferocious beasts. Many strong cultivators didn't dare to rashly enter that area. However, in order to obtain the treasures left behind by that strong cultivator, Bai Xiantian was willing to take the risk and enter that dangerous area. Lin Feng walked through the forest for 10 days. He was getting closer and closer to Jiaolong Lake. As he went deeper into the desolate jungle, Lin Feng would occasionally encounter powerful ferocious beasts. Lin Feng would be careful when dealing with these ferocious beasts. Many of these ferocious beasts were comparable to human generals and martial kings. Screech! That afternoon, when Lin Feng was resting, he suddenly heard a sharp, ear-piercing screech from afar. Then, a huge creature flew over from the sky. Skysplitter Condor! Lin Feng looked at the huge creature. It was the Skysplitter Condor that he had encountered a few days ago. The Skysplitter Condor soared high in the sky, its sharp and cold eyes sweeping downwards. Suddenly, the Skysplitter Condor charged towards the forest. "Oh no, let's go! This Skysplitter Condor must have discovered us!" the Fire Qilin exclaimed. The Skysplitter Condor itself was a ferocious bird. It used to feed on deities. The current Skysplitter Condor naturally couldn't reach the level of its ancestor. However, the tradition of hunting and killing human cultivators had taken root in its bloodline. Whoosh! Lin Feng didn't dare to hesitate. He quickly ran into the distance. The Fire Qilin shouted as it ran. "We must have run into the Skysplitter Condor's territory. These Skysplitter Condors are extremely possessive of their territory. Without its consent, anyone who trespasses into its territory will be attacked by the Skysplitter Condor. I think that the winged tiger was attacked by the Skysplitter Condor in the same way." Lin Feng's expression was gloomy. He ran wildly in the forest, avoiding the Skysplitter Condor's pursuit. If it weren't for the fact that the Skysplitter Condor's body was too big and couldn't easily rush into the forest to capture Lin Feng would have been captured by the Skysplitter Condor long ago. Whoosh! The Skysplitter Condor spat out bolts of lightning toward Lin Feng to kill him. Large areas of the forest were destroyed by the Skysplitter Condor's attack. Lin Feng suffered the Skysplitter Condor's ferocious attacks. There were a few times when he was extremely close to being killed by the Skysplitter Condor. Fortunately, Lin Feng dodged in time. He rushed all the way into a mountain range shrouded in white fog. Screech! The Skysplitter Condor let out an ear-piercing screech. It circled outside the white fog mountain range. Its cold eyes flashed with hesitation, as if it was afraid. It didn't rush into the mountain range to continue chasing Lin Feng. The Skysplitter Condor has stopped. Could there be something even more terrifying than the Skysplitter Condor in the white fog mountain range? Lin Feng's expression changed slightly. When he thought of this, he couldn't help but feel a chill in his heart. The Skysplitter Condor was circling outside. Lin Feng couldn't leave, so he decided to find a new way out. Lin Feng traversed through the white fog mountain range. "Hey, there's a cave up ahead," the Fire Qilin said as it stretched out its claws and pointed into the depths of the mountain range. Lin Feng nodded and walked into the depths of the cave. Outside the cave, there was a large pile of skeletons. Some of the skeletons were at least 100 meters tall. They were obviously ferocious beasts in the forest. Could it be the cave of some terrifying existence? Lin Feng's heart trembled slightly. "Let's go in and take a look," the Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng nodded and entered the cave. The cave was extremely large, and the passageway was deep. Lin Feng walked for a few hundred meters and entered the belly of a huge mountain. Waves of heat rolled about. In the depths of the mountain, there was an abyss. Within the abyss, there was boiling lava. Chapter 98. From time to time, intense waves of heat were emitted from the boiling lava. Lin Feng was sweating profusely. "Hey, look! What's that?" Suddenly, the Fire Qilin pointed at the world of lava. Lin Feng looked over and saw a huge creature floating in the lava. However, the creature's body was swallowed up by the lava, so Lin Feng couldn't see what it was. Said Lin Feng. "Why does it look like a ferocious beast? Think of a way to get it out," the Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng said. I can't go down in this lava world. Go get it out and take a look. The fire Qilin rolled its eyes and said angrily, I'm not here to do chores for you. Although the fire Qilin was unhappy, it still jumped into the lava in the end. The fire Qilin was a divine beast born of flames, so it naturally wasn't afraid of lava. Bang! The fire Qilin dragged the creature to the shore and pulled it up. The fire Qilin climbed up as well. It was a beast covered in fiery red scales and had 2 heads. The left head was like a tiger, and the right head was like a lion. This was a flaming tiger lion. According to the classic of mountains and seas, there was a beast covered in fiery red scales that lived in lava. It had 2 heads, with the left head being a tiger and the right head being a lion. This beast was called the flaming tiger lion. Lin Feng said, It's actually a flaming tiger lion. Legend has it that it's an ancient variant that's abnormally powerful. It lives in the lava world, so this flaming tiger lion should be the overlord of this area, right? Even the skysplitter vulture doesn't dare to enter this area. It seems like the skysplitter vulture is also afraid of the flaming tiger lion's strength. But how could such a powerful beast die here? The fire Qilin said. Look, there's a wound on the flaming tiger lion's abdomen. Lin Feng looked over and saw a huge wound on the flaming tiger lion's abdomen. The flaming tiger lion was 100 meters long and looked like a small mountain. Even though it was dead, its aura was still extremely terrifying. Because the scales of this kind of dire beast had a strong defensive power. Therefore, it was very difficult to break the defense of this kind of fierce beast from the outside. Lin Feng said, Could it be that this flaming tiger man swallowed something? Then that thing attacked the flaming tiger from its abdomen, and in the end, both sides were injured. Both died. Cut open the flaming tiger's abdomen and take a look, Fire Qilin said. Yes. Lin Feng nodded. He took out a dagger from his spirit ring and slowly cut open the flaming tigerman's abdomen. Buzz. A shockingly cold chi shot out from the flaming tiger's abdomen. Its power was extremely shocking. The cold air shot towards Lin Feng. Lin Feng reacted quickly and dodged to the side. The cold air flew into the distance and pierced through the stone wall. Hiss! Lin Feng sucked in a breath of cold air. What shot it out from? Wasn't this power too strong? Lin Feng continued to cut open the flaming tiger's body with the dagger. Finally, Lin Feng cut open the flaming tiger's body. A pitch-black sword appeared in Lin Feng's sight. It's a sword! Lin Feng exclaimed. The sword was lying inside the flaming tiger's body, emitting a cold chi that could make one's soul tremble. Look, there's a corpse inside the flaming tiger's body. It seems that the flaming tiger had a battle with a human expert. This fierce beast swallowed the human expert in one gulp, and before the human expert died, he killed the flaming tiger. Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng nodded. He took out the sword. It was 37 inches long, 4.5 inches wide, and 0.9 inches thick. It was heavy, and Lin Feng estimated that it weighed about 400 pounds. What a heavy sword! Lin Feng was shocked. This is the Black Dragon's sword. Fire Qilin was shocked. Black Dragon's sword? What kind of sword is that? Is it famous? Lin Feng asked. Have you heard of the Godly Sword Manual? Fire Qilin looked at Lin Feng and asked. Lin Feng shook his head. This was the first time he had heard of the Godly Sword Manual. Fire Qilin pursed its lips and said, That's right, it's normal for a lowly cultivator like you not to have heard of it. Lin Feng couldn't help but roll his eyes and said, Tell me about it. The Godly Sword Manual is a book passed down in the 99 prefectures. It records 108 types of swords, and any one of them can be considered a supreme treasure. Fire Qilin looked at the Black Dragon's sword in Lin Feng's hand and said, The Black Dragon's sword is ranked 72nd in the Godly Sword Manual. This sword was forged from a meteorite from outer space. At the same time, the blacksmith killed the black dragon and extracted the dragon's soul and inserted it into the black dragon's sword, making it the sword spirit of the black dragon's sword. What? He killed the dragon? As the sword spirit? Lin Feng's hand trembled, and the black dragon's sword almost fell out of his hand. "You're very lucky," Fire Qilin said. "You need to use blood as a sacrifice to refine the black dragon's sword." Lin Feng nodded. He bit his finger and dripped his blood on the black dragon's sword. In an instant, Lin Feng and the black dragon's sword formed a mysterious and close connection. "Slash!" Lin Feng shouted and slashed out with his sword. 100-meter-long sword ray appeared. It condensed in an instant and slashed into the distance, piercing through a 100-meter-tall boulder. "A casual slash can produce a 100-meter-long sword ray?" Lin Feng was dumbfounded. The black dragon's sword. Wasn't it too powerful? "Do you think that the swords in the Godly Sword Manual are all worthless? Any one of them is enough to make the clan of the Ancients go all out," said the Fire Qilin. "But I've heard that the black dragon's sword was injured in a great battle and fell into a deep slumber. I didn't think that it would appear here. If the black dragon sword awakens, the black dragon sword will be even more powerful. With your current level of cultivation, if the black dragon sword awakens, you'll be able to kill a general in one strike." "Ah, so powerful!" Lin Feng was both shocked and delighted. No wonder the black dragon sword was ranked 72nd in the Godly Sword Manual. He put the black dragon sword away and quickly left. Lin Feng crossed the valley and got rid of the Skysplitter Condor. He then continued towards the Flood Dragon Lake. One day after Lin Feng left, a person arrived in the valley. It was the young master of the Bai clan, Bai Xiantian. "This is the place. Black Dragon's sword, I'm coming." Bai Xiantian entered the cave and saw the flaming Tigan's corpse. He quickly ran over to look for the black dragon's sword. Its abdomen has been cut open. Could it be? When Bai Xiantian saw the flaming Tigan's abdomen, his expression changed. He thought of a possibility, and his face became extremely gloomy. He searched the flaming Tigan's body, but he couldn't find the black dragon's sword. Bai Xiantian roared like a madman. How could this be? Bai Xiantian spent a total of 3 years and countless efforts to find the whereabouts of the black dragon's sword. Who is it? Who stole it first? Who stole my black dragon's sword? Slash! Chapter 99. Lin Feng naturally did not know that not long after he left, Bai Xiantian had entered the cave to search for the black dragon's sword. He was so angry that he vomited blood. If Lin Feng knew about this, he would definitely clap his hands in joy. His relationship with the Bai family was practically irreconcilable. The Bai family would definitely not let Lin Feng off so easily. Perhaps Lin Feng would have a direct confrontation with Bai Xiantian in the near future. If the black dragon sword fell into Lin Feng's hands, it would greatly increase Lin Feng's strength. If it fell into Bai Xiantian's hands, it would definitely be a disaster for Lin Feng. Fortunately, none of this happened. 5 days later, Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin finally arrived at Jiaolong Lake. The huge Jiaolong Lake stretched as far as the eye could see. The surroundings were also quiet. This was where the Jiaolong lived. Naturally, no other Jiaolong dared to come here unless they wanted to become the Jiaolong's dinner. "Give me the bronze," the Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng handed the bronze he had obtained from the market to the Fire Qilin. The bronze seemed to have a great origin. Lin Feng did not have the time to ask about it. At this moment, the Fire Qilin mentioned the mysterious bronze. Lin Feng asked, "What is this?" "This is a fragment of an ancient bronze ancestral artifact. As long as you pour your energy into it, you can use it to instantly destroy all defenses," the Fire Qilin said. "So powerful!" Lin Feng was shocked. "Of course," the Fire Qilin said. "However, this bronze is very strange. Every time it is used, it will devour all the energy in your body. You can either kill your opponent in one strike or be killed by them." Lin Feng was speechless. However, such a heaven-defying treasure seemed to have some flaws. The reason why the bronze had such a huge flaw was probably related to its fragmentation. After all, this mysterious bronze was only a part of the ancient ancestral artifact. Damn it, I finally recovered a bit of energy, but I have to sacrifice it again to fulfill your wish, the Fire Qilin said indignantly. Lin Feng replied, Hee hee. I'll remember your kindness. At least you have some conscience. Go away and wait. Don't get too close, Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng nodded. He moved 20 miles away and came to a small mountain peak in the distance to watch. The Fire Qilin swallowed the spiritual liquid he had refined in one gulp. The Fire Qilin's body began to grow rapidly. Boom! A terrifying aura burst out and loomed over the place. The Fire Qilin quickly grew to a height of several thousand meters. His feet were on the ground, and his head was in the sky. He used his body to support the backbone of the world. The Fire Qilin seemed to have turned into the Fire Qilin whose divine power had not been devoured by the demonic orb. Powerful! Like an immortal god. Even though they were far apart, Lin Feng could still feel the aura emitted by the Fire Qilin, which made his soul tremble. Of course, Lin Feng knew that the current Fire Qilin was completely strong in appearance, but weak in reality. The divine power in his body had already been devoured by the mysterious demonic orb. His current strength was just an illusion created by swallowing the spiritual liquid. The Fire Qilin's aura was very powerful. However, its strength was trash. Roar! A high-pitched dragon's roar resounded through the world. Splash! Waves surged in the lake. Then a dragon, that was 3,000 to 4,000 meters long, flew out. The dragon's body coiled in the air like an undulating mountain ridge. Heavens! Why is this flood dragon so huge? Lin Feng was shocked. Dragons had a long lifespan and cultivated for 1,000 years, but their bodies were less than 100 meters long. The dragon in front of him was more than 3,000 meters long. It had probably cultivated for tens of thousands of years. This flood dragon was definitely an overlord-level existence in the desolate world. The Fire Qilin's mouth twitched violently when it saw the dragon. Back when the Fire Qilin was in the Middle Sacred Sky continent, it had heard that there was a dragon in the desolate forest of the East County. It was even stronger than many dragons. However, the Fire Qilin didn't think much of it. It thought that the dragon was at most a dragon that had cultivated for 10,000 years. Now that it saw it with its own eyes, it realized that it was wrong. This dragon was probably as strong as it was at its peak. Fire Qilin? It's you! I've heard that you caused a disaster in the Middle Sacred Sky continent, and were hunted down by the clan of the Ancients. It turns out that you've come to the East County. Why are you showing off here? The dragon looked at the Fire Qilin coldly, not showing any fear. The Fire Qilin braced itself and said, I need a drop of your dragon blood. Fire Qilin, you've gone too far. The dragon's expression immediately turned cold. Killing intent filled the air. The Fire Qilin felt weak, but it knew that it couldn't reveal any flaws. Otherwise, it would die a horrible death. The Fire Qilin said unyieldingly, I need a drop of your dragon blood. Don't tell me you want to become enemies with a fugitive? Fire Qilin, are you trying to threaten me? I'm not afraid of you. I've heard that the Fire Qilin clan has Samadhi true fire, which can burn the world and even kill gods. I'd like to see if your Samadhi true fire is stronger than my 3,000 weak water, shouted the dragon. It stretched out its right claw and slapped at the Fire Qilin. It's over. Lin Feng's heart sank when he saw that. The Fire Qilin probably couldn't even defeat Lin Feng. It was just holding on. If the dragon attacked, wouldn't the Fire Qilin be slapped to death? Swoosh! At this moment of incomparable danger, a beam of green light shot out and collided with the dragon's claw. Pooh! The flood dragon's mountain-like dragon claw was actually pierced through. Ah! You actually injured me! What is that? Cried the dragon in pain. It quickly retracted its claw and looked at the mysterious green light that was circling the Fire Qilin. That's an immemorial ancestral artifact fragment. I offended many clans because of that treasure. Do you still want to fight me? Said the Fire Qilin coldly. You! The Fire Qilin was furious, but it couldn't do anything. It knew how terrifying the immemorial ancestral artifact fragment was. The fire Qilin forced out a drop of dragon blood from its injured claw. The flood dragon blood turned into a drop of blood-colored flood dragon that danced in the air and issued a resonant dragon cry. This was the flood dragon blood. It had its own spirit. "Get out of here!" said the fire Qilin angrily. "Haha, I won't disturb you any longer." The fire Qilin took the blood and quickly left. The flood dragon plunged into the flood dragon lake with endless anger and disappeared without a trace. Chapter 100. That was close, but at least we got what we wanted. After the fire Qilin returned, its body once again became more than a meter long. It had a lingering fear on its face. It had been very dangerous just now. If they hadn't been careful, they would have died at the flood dragon's hands. Luckily, everything had gone smoothly. Lin Feng and the fire Qilin didn't stop, they quickly went out of the forest. This time, not only had Lin Feng obtained the flood dragon's precious blood, but he had also obtained the black dragon's sword. For Lin Feng, it could be said that he had gained a lot. After returning to the clan, Lin Feng started to prepare the ingredients for the 9 spirits, Saint Liquid. According to the fire Qilin, the 9 spirits Saint Liquid was a precious healing liquid. It had miraculous effects and could heal any injury. The flood dragon's blood was the key to success. Now that it had obtained the flood dragon's blood, the fire Qilin waited for Lin Feng to finish gathering the rest of the ingredients before immediately starting the refinement. Lin Feng bought all the ingredients he needed. When he returned to the clan, he coincidentally met a few elders and his third uncle, Lin Xiong, who were leading dozens of experts away from the clan. Lin Feng saw Lin Dong and asked, "Second Grandpa, where are third uncle and the others going?" Seventh Grandpa said that he found the nest of a golden feather eagle in a mountain range. After the golden feather eagle laid its eggs, it was attacked by a chisel-toothed fierce beast. The golden feather eagle and the chisel-toothed fierce beast fought fiercely. The chisel-toothed fierce beast was seriously injured and fled. I don't know if the golden feather eagle is dead or not, but if it is, then the eggs will be ours. Second Grandpa and my father are going to that mountain range to see if the golden feather eagle is dead or not. The golden feather eagle was an overlord of the sky with the blood of ancient ferocious beasts. It was extremely powerful. An ordinary adult golden feather eagle had the strength of a martial king. Some golden feather eagles with extremely powerful bloodlines could even reach the yin-yang realm. If the egg really hatched, the Lin clan would raise the golden feather eagle. At that time, the Lin clan would have a martial king or even a yin-yang realm expert. They would be like the protector of the Lin clan. It was no wonder that several of the family's elders and Lin Xiong had personally taken action for this matter. To the Lin family, this was an extremely important matter. I hope that second uncle and third grandpa will be able to get the eggs. Lin Feng smiled. He bid farewell to Lin Dong and returned to his residence. Qilin, when will we make our move? Lin Feng asked. Let me rest for 3 days and recuperate. It's not an easy task to refine the 9 spirits' holy liquid. Moreover, my current state is still in a rather terrible state. The fire Qilin said helplessly. Lin Feng nodded. The fire Qilin's divine power had been devoured by the mysterious demonic bead. In the past, he could do many things as he pleased, but now, for the fire Qilin, it was full of difficulties. Time flew by. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. On this day, the fire Qilin was finally ready. Lin Feng took out the herbs that the fire Qilin needed. Inside the room, the fire Qilin began to refine the spiritual liquid. Kid, are you interested in learning alchemy from me? I guarantee that you'll become a powerful alchemist. The fire Qilin laughed mischievously. Lin Feng said, As long as you teach me, I'll learn. Kid, you should have prepared a big meal to bribe me. The fire Qilin's mouth twitched. Very quickly, the fire Qilin calmed down and began to refine the 9 spirits, holy liquid. Alchemy was also something that consumed a lot of energy, especially when refining a high-grade elixir like the 9 spirits, holy liquid. After 5 days, the fire Qilin came out of seclusion. Was it a success? Lin Feng asked excitedly. Of course. The fire Qilin pointed at the porcelain bottle on the table and said, The 9 spirits holy liquid is in the bottle. This kind of spiritual liquid needs to be mixed with water and absorbed little by little. It will take about 3 days to completely absorb it. At that time, your father's injuries will be as good as new. Thank you very much. I will remember this kindness, Lin Feng said solemnly. Since he was young, Lin Feng had no mother. That was why he loved his father. It was priceless. The 9 spirits holy liquid was a treasure that could save his father's life. Kid, at least you have a conscience. I need to rest. You can give the 9 spirits holy liquid to your father, the fire Qilin said. Lin Feng walked out of the room. Feng, what have you been doing in the room? Lin Beitian asked worriedly. He thought that Lin Feng had made a mistake in his cultivation. Lin Feng didn't answer his father's question. Instead, he said, Father, this bottle is called 9 spirits holy liquid. It can heal any injury. Pour it into hot water and your body can slowly absorb it. Once you finish absorbing the 9 spirits holy liquid, you will be as good as new. What? Lin Baitian's body shook. Obviously. Lin Feng's words. Lin Baitian was shocked and moved. He had never thought that one day, his son would take out a bottle of 9 spirits, holy liquid, and say that it could heal his injuries. Moreover, Lin Baitian. He had never thought that his son would know that he was injured. Even the entire Lin clan, except for his father, everyone thought that he was sick instead of suffering from a Dao injury that was difficult to heal. It's the fire Qilin, Lin Baitian said. Lin Feng had a talkative fire Qilin by his side. He might be able to fool the other members of the Lin clan, but he couldn't fool his father, Lin Feng, who lived with him day and night. Therefore, Lin Feng told his father about the fire Qilin. After a short moment of shock, Lin Baitian accepted the fact that Lin Feng had a divine beast by his side, even though the divine beast looked extremely weak. Father, let's try it now. I hope it will work, Lin Feng said expectantly. Lin Baitian patted Lin Feng's shoulder, his eyes filled with relief. Time passed. 2 days later, Lin Baitian came out of seclusion. Father, how do you feel? Lin Feng asked nervously. I feel much better, but my body is still weak, Lin Baitian said with a smile. The fire Qilin came out and said, You've just recovered from a serious injury, so of course you'll be weak. Rest for a month and you'll recover. Try not to move during that time. Thank you for the information. Lin Baitian bowed respectfully. The next day, the Lin clan was enveloped in a heavy atmosphere. Lin Feng felt it during breakfast. After breakfast, the Lin clan organized a group of 30 people. Lin Feng asked Lin Dong what had happened. So, 10 days ago, the second elder, Lin Xiong, and the others had gone into the jungle and hadn't come back. They didn't know if something had happened to them, so the Lin clan sent people to look for them. Grandpa, let me go with you to look for second uncle and third uncle, Lin Feng said. Nonsense, the savage forest is dangerous. Everyone can go there, but you can't. Lin Sengqiong refused. The Lin clan's 30 people followed the fifth elder into the jungle to look for the second elder, Lin Xiong, and the others. Lin Feng had a feeling that things weren't as simple as they seemed. He and the fire Qilin followed the Lin clan's group into the jungle. Chapter 101. Under the night sky, a bonfire rose. A group of people from the Lin clan gathered around the bonfire, eating their rations. Their expressions were solemn. Obviously, everyone was worried about the Lin clan who had lost contact with them. Among that group of people were the second elder, the seventh elder, the eighth elder, Lin Xiong, and more than 50 experts of the Lin clan. If something really happened to them, it would be a heavy blow to the Lin clan. Rustle, suddenly, a soft sound came from the forest. The fifth elder was a martial master at the fifth firmament, and his ears could hear the sounds of ants fighting 100 meters away. Thus, the rustling sound did not escape his ears. "Be on guard," the fifth elder said in a deep voice. The people from the Lin clan quickly stood up and took out their weapons, looking around solemnly. In this forest, fierce beasts ran rampant. They had to be careful, or they could be killed. Whoosh! A figure flew out. "Fifth elder, it's me," Lin Feng said with a smile. When they saw that it was Lin Feng, everyone sighed in relief. "It's you, kid. We thought it was a fierce beast. The patriarch didn't let you come out, so why did you come out on your own? When you go back, I'm afraid the patriarch will put you in confinement." The elders of the Lin clan teased him kindly. Lin Feng said, "Of course I want to do something for the Lin clan." "Nonsense," the fifth elder said in a deep voice. "We don't know what we'll encounter on this trip. It might be very dangerous. What if something happens to you?" "We'll return to the Lin clan tomorrow," Lin Feng said. "Fifth elder, I've already gone so deep into the forest. If you let me go back, won't you be worried that I'll encounter a fierce beast on the way?" The fifth elder hesitated. He was indeed worried. Lin Feng was the hope of the entire Lin clan. In the fifth elder's heart, anyone in the Lin clan could die. However, Lin Feng could not. He shouldered the responsibility of protecting the Lin clan. "Fifth elder, with my strength, I shouldn't have any problems protecting myself, right?" "I'll be careful," Lin Feng said. The fifth elder could only say, "All right then, you better behave yourself and don't run around." "Yes, I'll follow fifth grandpa's orders," Lin Feng said. "You brat!" The fifth elder shook his head, feeling both angry and amused at the same time. He said, "I'm sure you're hungry too. Come and eat something." Speaking of food, after the fire Qilin arrived, it had already grabbed a large piece of meat roasted over the bonfire and started chewing. The Lin family members also knew that Lin Feng had a strange beast by his side. Although he didn't know the fire Qilin's true origins, he wasn't too surprised by it. After all, exotic beasts were psychic. The exotic beast by Lin Feng's side didn't display anything particularly outstanding. The next day, just as dawn broke, Lin Feng and the others continued their journey towards the depths. 50 miles away, a group of more than 40 people from the Lin clan was rushing through the forest. Most of them were injured. This was especially true for the second elder. One of his arms had been chopped off, and he looked quite miserable. The Lin clan originally had more than 50 people in the wild forest, but now there were only 40 left. It was obvious that more than 10 of their clansmen had been killed. "Second uncle, how are you feeling now?" Lin Xiong looked at the second elder worriedly. The second elder had lost an arm and lost a lot of blood. His face was pale and his aura was weak. He said, "I won't die yet. Tell everyone to hurry up. I hope we can escape this calamity." Lin Xiong gritted his teeth and said, "If we escape this calamity, we will definitely find the Naylin clan and take revenge." "Ha ha ha ha, escape? Where do you think you're going? Today, all of you will die here." A cold voice sounded. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Following that, more than 300 people rushed out from the forest and surrounded the 40 people from the Lin clan. 2 people walked out from the Naylin clan. One of them was a tall and sturdy old man. This old man was called Naylin Yuanshu. He was the great elder of the Naylin clan. The other person was the super genius of the Naylin clan, Naylin Tianjiao. Naylin Tianjiao was currently cultivating in the Imperial College. He was considered a rare genius that only appeared once in 100 years. Even in the Imperial College, they were all famous geniuses. His strength was also unfathomable. "Old bastard, are you trying to kill us all?" The 7th elder looked at Naylin Yuanshu coldly. Naylin Yuanshu sneered. "Blame yourselves for daring to snatch the golden feather eagle's egg from our Naylin family. What's more, other than our Naylin family, there's another discovery. Anyone who knows about it will die. A spirit mine!" The second elder's face was filled with coldness. 5 days ago, the Lin clan had arrived at the nest of the golden feather eagle, but it had died from serious injuries. One of the eggs of the golden-feathered eagle was obtained by the Lin family. However, they hadn't expected that the Nayland clan would also come for the egg. The Lin clan had arrived first. The Nayland clan had relied on their numbers. Therefore, he wanted to kill the Lin family members and steal the eggs. The Lin clan was heavily outnumbered. As they fled, the Lin clan and the Nayland clan discovered that there was a spirit mine in the valley where the golden feather eagle had built its nest. A rare spirit crystal could be extracted from the spirit mine. This spirit crystal was formed from the energy of heaven and earth. It was 10 times or even 100 times more effective than the great strength latent dragon pill when used for cultivation. A spirit mine could bring endless wealth to a clan. The golden feather eagle could become a clan's guardian. A spirit mine could bring great benefits to a clan. Therefore, this strengthened the Nayland clan's resolve to exterminate the Lin clan. After a great battle, the Lin clan lost more than 10 experts. They fled, but they were still surrounded by the Nayland clan. That's right, a spirit mine! The golden feather eagle's egg is enough to kill you 1,000 times over. Attack! Nayland Yuanshu shouted coldly. Kill! The experts of the Nayland clan shouted loudly and rushed towards the 40 people of the Lin clan. Fight them to the death! The Lin clan's blood boiled. All of them fought with their lives on the line against the Nayland family's people. Kill! 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 Lin Xing shouted. He wielded his long blade and killed a Lin clan expert with a single slash. Clearly, Lin Xiong also knew that the odds were against him this time. He was completely fighting without any regard for his life. However, there were too many people from the Nayland family. Although Lin Xiong had killed many people from the Nayland family, he had also suffered many wounds and was dripping with blood. The other elders were also besieged by the people from the Nayland family. The second elder was in the worst situation. He had lost an arm and was very weak. Now that he was fighting again, it was like he was about to die. Shua! At that moment, a light flashed in Nayland Tianjiao's hand. A huge bow appeared in his hand. Runes swirled around the giant bow. Nayland Tianjiao took out a magical arrow and pulled the bowstring. A dazzling light condensed. The energy of heaven and earth gathered and was absorbed by the bow. The giant bow was a precious treasure called the Great Solar God's Splitting Bow. It was a powerful spirit weapon, even more precious than an immortal flying sword. Whoosh! The arrow flew out. Pooh! One of the Lin family's experts was pierced through. The arrow sent that expert flying dozens of meters away, nailing him to a cliff. Lin Shan! The second elder roared. Lin Shan was his nephew. But now, he had been killed. The second elder was like a crazy lion. He held his blade and attacked the Nayland clan members. Pu Piu! The Nayland clan's experts were killed by the second elder's blade. Old bastard, it's your turn! Nayland Tianjiao's face was filled with a sinister smile as he drew his bow and shot another arrow. Whoosh! The second arrow was shot. It was as fast as lightning towards the second elder. Uncle, be careful! Lin Xiong was furious. The second elder had just killed an expert of the Lin family. At this moment, an arrow was shot towards the second elder's chest. The second elder couldn't dodge it. Die! Nayland Tianjiao's face was filled with killing intent. It was as if he could already see the second elder being killed by his arrow. The second elder sighed. He had thought that he was going to die. But at that moment, a silhouette jumped out of the forest and landed in front of the second elder. Ka! It was a handsome young man. He stretched out his right hand and grabbed the arrow that was about to pierce the second elder's chest. Chapter 102. Fulmer! The second elder was astonished to see Lin Feng appear in front of him. Originally, he thought that he would be killed by an arrow. But he didn't expect that Lin Feng would appear here at this time. Kill! In the distance, battle cries could be heard. The fifth elder led more than 20 experts of the Lin family into the battlefield, and joined the rest of the Lin family. Fifth uncle! Seeing the fifth elder's figure, Lin Xiong's eyes lit up, as if he saw the hope of survival. Second grandpa, your arm. Lin Feng saw the second elder's severed arm and tears flowed out. In his mind, the image of his second grandpa was still the kind old man who took him and Lin Dong's brothers to buy candy 10 years ago. But now, his second grandpa, who treated him like his own grandson, had ended up in such a miserable state. An arm was chopped off. Kill, kill, kill! Lin Feng's heart was filled with endless killing intent and endless hatred. Now, he only wanted to take revenge. He wanted to avenge his second grandpa. Who is it? I'm going to kill him! Lin Feng gritted his teeth and said. No, he won't die. Fenger, nothing can happen to you. You are the hope of our Lin family. Fifth brother, let's break out. Lin family, let's break out. The second elder shouted. Even though he was seriously injured. But the second elder still worked hard and straightened his back. Break out! The fifth elder shouted. On the Lin family's side, including the clan members who came later, there were still about 60 people. Everyone gathered together and tried to break out of the encirclement. However, the Nalin family had the advantage in numbers. They wanted to break out of the encirclement. It wasn't an easy thing to do. Nalin Tianjiao sneered and said, Lin Feng, we meet again. Your second grandpa's arm was cut off by me. Haha, I cut off his arm with one slash. The scene at that time, TSK, was amazing. Blood spurted out and even sprayed on my face. You deserve to die. Lin Feng gritted his teeth and looked at Nalin Tianjiao. Then come out and fight me. Nalin Tianjiao sneered. Lin Feng really wanted to cut Nalin Tianjiao into pieces. However, he knew that the bigger picture was more important. After all, the Lin family was at a disadvantage in terms of numbers. Breaking out of the encirclement was the best strategy. You want to break out? What a joke! Today, no one will be able to leave. All of you will die. Nalin Yuanshu sneered. Kill them all. Don't leave a single one alive. For every person you kill, you'll be rewarded with 10,000 taels of silver and a courtyard. The more you kill, the more you'll be rewarded. Kill! Under the temptation of a huge reward, the people of the Nalin family roared and rushed towards the people of the Lin family. They were completely crazy. His actions were extremely ruthless. The Lin family's people were pushed aside by the Nalin family's people, and a chaotic battle broke out. Whoosh! Light flashed. A blood-colored saber appeared in Nalin Tianjiao's hand. The name of this saber was Soul Severing. This was a spiritual weapon with astonishing power. The reason why Nalin Tianjiao was so powerful was greatly related to Soul Severing. Soul Severing. It could greatly increase Nalin Tianjiao's combat power. Nalin Tianjiao held Soul Severing and slashed. Pooh! An expert of the Lin family was hit by Nalin Tianjiao, and his body was covered in blood. Nalin Tianjiao waved Soul Severing and was about to kill the member of the Lin family. Right at this time, Lin Xiong went up to greet, brandishing the broadsword in his hand and slashing over. Lin Xiong was one of the strongest people in Xingyan City, and his saber skills were amazing. He slashed out 13 times in a row, but they were all blocked by Nalin Tianjiao. Break! Nalin Tianjiao roared and jumped up. His soul-severing saber was covered in blood-red light. This was the power of the demonic saber. It was completely displayed. Boom! A terrifying power erupted. Soul-severing saber and Lin Xiong's saber collided. Lin Xiong's was just an ordinary saber. When the saber slashed down, there was a cracking sound. A cracking sound could be heard. Lin Xiong's saber was directly broken by Nalin Tianjiao's soul-severing saber. Saber chi vibrated. It instantly pierced through Lin Xiong's body. Lin Xiong was sent flying, and he was severely injured by Nalin Tianjiao. Die! Nalin Tianjiao sneered and waved his soul-severing saber, attacking Lin Xiong again. He wanted to directly behead him. Third uncle! Lin Feng's face suddenly changed. He stabbed the Nalin clan expert who was attacking him to death with his sword, and then quickly rushed over. At that critical moment, Lin Feng finally arrived. Clang! The saber and sword collided, and sparks flew everywhere. After one attack, Lin Feng quickly caught the falling Lin Xiong. Lin Feng, are you here to die? You uncle and nephew will die in my hands today, Nalin Tianjiao sneered. Uncle Lin Qin, take care of my third uncle, Lin Feng shouted to a member of the Lin family not far away. A few members of the Lin family rushed over and protected the severely injured Lin Xiong. Fenger, be careful, Lin Xiong shouted with a pale face. Don't worry. Lin Feng nodded and turned to look at Nalin Tianjiao. He pointed his sword at Nalin Tianjiao. Today, I will kill you. Shameless boasting, eat my saber. Nalin Tianjiao sneered. Boom! He slashed with his saber. Nalin Tianjiao completely exploded. Saber breaking heaven and earth. Shattering the heavens. With one slash, no one was left alive. Nalin Tianjiao's saber was fatal, its power was unimaginable. That dazzling saber slashed down, its power was so terrifying that it made people tremble in fear. Swish! Lin Feng pulled out his sword. His sword had changed to the Black Dragon's sword. This was a divine sword from the Godly Sword Manual. The soul-severing saber in Nalin Tianjiao's hand was a priceless spirit weapon. But compared to the famous divine swords in the Godly Sword Manual, it was simply trash. Brat, do you really think you can fight against me? Ever since I started wielding the soul-severing saber, I have never been defeated, and today is the same. You are destined to die in my hands. Nalin Tianjiao sneered again and again. That terrifying saber slashed down. The surrounding people, whether it was the Lin family or the Nalin family, all looked over. This was a collision between the two young geniuses of the two families. The people on the Nalin family's side were naturally full of confidence. They believed that Lin Feng was destined to be killed. The people on the Lin family's side looked at Lin Feng worriedly. After all, even the second elder and Lin Xiong were seriously injured by Nalin Tianjiao, who wielded the soul-severing saber. Nalin Tianjiao was too terrifying. Although Lin Feng's progress was very fast, compared to Nalin Tianjiao, there was still a big gap. At this moment, everyone saw Lin Feng and Nalin Tianjiao fiercely colliding. Clang! The sonorous sound of the collision was heard. A scene that everyone found hard to believe appeared. When Lin Feng and Nalin Tianjiao collided, the soul-severing saber in Nalin Tianjiao's hand was actually cut in half by Lin Feng's black sword. Puff! Lin Feng held the sword with both hands and slashed forward. With a slash, Nalin Tianjiao's head was chopped off. Blood spurted out. Chapter 103. He's dead! Young Master Tianjiao is dead! Many people from the Nalin family shouted in disbelief. In their eyes, Tianjiao was an invincible existence. But now, he had been killed with a single slash. This was a heavy blow to the Nalin family. How could this be? Tianjiao, you died so miserably! Nalin Yuanshu roared and rushed towards Lin Feng. Tianjiao. He was the hope of the Nalin family. He was the one who led the Nalin family to glory. But now, he had been killed with a single slash. This was a huge blow to the Nalin family. Nalin Yuanshu only wanted to kill Lin Feng to avenge Tianjiao. Young Master killed Tianjiao. Young Master Feng is too powerful. On the Lin family's side, it was a different scene. Everyone was overjoyed. Fenger, be careful! Seeing Nalin Yuanshu rushing towards Lin Feng, the second elder and the fifth elder shouted. They were worried for Lin Feng. Nalin Yuanshu was a seventh firmament martial master. His strength was outstanding. Once he attacked, he was extremely difficult to deal with. Moreover, he had rich battle experience. Tianjiao couldn't be compared to him. Nalin Yuanshu slashed down with his broadsword. It was as if he was going to split Mount Hua and leave no one alive. The power of his attack was terrifying. Facing Nalin Yuanshu's attack, said Lin Feng while smiling coldly and taking a step forwards. His devouring martial spirit revolved. Rumble! A devouring black hole instantly appeared. The black hole formed a powerful magnetic field and surrounded Nalin Yuanshu. Nalan Yuanshu's movements were greatly hindered. Brat, what kind of demonic technique did you use? Nalan Yuanshu's expression changed. He wanted to retreat, but it was too late. Lin Feng didn't give Nalan Yuanshu the chance to retreat. He rushed forward. Scorching Sun Sword Technique! Lin Feng used his most powerful attack. After all, Nalan Yuanshu's cultivation had reached the 6th heavenly layer of the martial master realm, which was 3 levels higher than Lin Feng. If one wanted to kill an expert of this level, they would have to end the battle quickly. Kill him before he had a firm foothold and was unprepared. Once Nalan Yuanshu broke free from the devouring black hole, he would not be able to escape. It wouldn't be easy to kill this person anymore. Therefore, Lin Feng also exploded. His trump card was the devouring martial spirit. His trump card was the scorching sun sword technique. He unleashed all of them. Boom! As the scorching sun rose into the sky, the divine sword appeared. The blinding light illuminated the earth. I can't open my eyes. Many people were unable to open their eyes due to the glare of the scorching sun. They covered their eyes and screamed. Poof! Lin Feng struck out with his sword. It pierced through Nalan Yuanshu's neck. I never thought that I would die at the hands of a brat like you. Nalan Yuanshu was still in disbelief before his death. The light dissipated. Plop! Everyone saw Nalan Yuanshu fall to the ground, dead. He had been stabbed to death by Lin Feng. Even Nalan Yuanshu was killed by Feng'er? The people of the Lin clan were dumbfounded. No one had thought that Lin Feng would be so strong. After a brief moment of shock, they were wild with joy. The Lin clan had such a child. How could they not prosper? The first elder is dead. Run! Hurry up and run! When the rest of the Lin clan saw that Nalan Tianjiao and Nalan Yuanshu were killed one after another, their morale plummeted. They turned and ran. Kill! Leave no one alive! Shouted the 5th elder. He chased after them and killed an expert of the Nalan clan with a single slash. On the Lin clan side, their morale was greatly boosted. They were full of energy as they fought against the Nalan clan cultivators. Lin Feng, in particular, picked up Nalan Tianjiao's great sun-splitting bow. He drew his bow and shot arrows. Poof! 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 Although the Nalan clan had more people, their morale was low and they were completely defeated. The Lin clan's experts chased them for an entire day. The Nalan clan had a total of 327 people, but they were all killed. Not a single one escaped. In a mountain valley. Second grandpa, third uncle, how are you feeling? Lin Feng led the people of the Lin clan back and looked worriedly at the second elder and Lin Xiong. We're much better. Feng'er, don't worry. How are the Nalan clan's people? Asked the second elder. They were all killed. Not a single one escaped, said Lin Feng. Good. These people deserved it, said Lin Xiong fiercely. How are our casualties? Asked the second elder. The 5th elder said, Second brother, we've also suffered heavy losses. 23 people died, 29 were heavily injured, and the rest were injured. But at least we survived. We weren't completely annihilated. The second elder sighed. The 7th elder said, It's all thanks to Feng'er's timely arrival. Otherwise, the Nalan clan would have annihilated all of us. Said the 8th elder. I didn't think that Feng'er would be so powerful. He could even kill Nalan Yuanshu. Lin Feng said modestly, It's all luck. Elders, we should quickly return to the clan. Said the second elder. There's no time to lose. We have to return to the clan now. 3 days later, Lin Feng and the others returned to the Lin clan in Qingyun City. When Lin Feng and the others returned, the upper echelons of the Lin clan finally relaxed. However, when they saw that the Lin clan had suffered heavy losses and that so many people were injured, Lin Tsungqiong and the others' expressions changed drastically. They hurriedly arranged for people to treat everyone's injuries. Clan leader, our injuries aren't urgent. We have important matters to discuss, said the second elder. The second elder said solemnly. Let's go to the meeting room, said Lin Sengqiong. The upper echelons of the Lin clan all appeared. Lin Feng was the only junior, and he sat next to his father. Lin Xiong took out an egg first. This is the egg of a golden feathered eagle? The eyes of the upper echelons of the Lin clan lit up. Said Lin Xiong. That's right, it's an egg. Good, good, good. Lin Sengqiong nodded. To the Lin clan, the golden feathered eagle's egg was too important. As long as it was nurtured successfully, this was equivalent to having an additional guardian deity, said the second elder. Apart from the egg, we also made an important discovery. What discovery? Asked the third elder. We had a deadly battle with the Nalan clan because of this discovery. The second elder took a deep breath and said, We found a spiritual mine. What? A spiritual mine? Almost everyone cried out in surprise. A spiritual mine. Such a resource. It was only in the hands of a few top powers. For example, ancient powers like the 10 great ancient cities of the East Province. The upper echelons of the Lin clan naturally knew what a spiritual mine meant. Is the Nalan clan aware of this matter? Asked Lin Sengqiong. The Nalan clan members were all killed, but we can't rule out the possibility that they sent a message back to the clan, said the second elder. Chapter 104. This spirit or vein is of great importance. Although it's tempting, I'm afraid we won't be able to protect it, Lin Beitian said. There was silence in the hall. Indeed, the Lin family was just a small family. Spirit or veins were very rare and precious. Not to mention the Lin family, even Jinwu country might not be able to protect it. To the Lin family, the spirit or vein could be a disaster, not a blessing. Then what should we do? Seventh elder asked. Now we should think about it. The Nalan family has also received news of the spirit or vein, and they have suffered heavy losses this time. They will definitely be able to find out that it was us who did it. We have to guard against the Nalan family's revenge, Lin Beitian said. Second elder said, We can talk to the Wang family. Everyone nodded. The Wang family and the Lin family were allies, and they needed to know about this matter. But what about the spirit or vein? Lin Xiong asked. Everyone frowned slightly. It would be a pity if they ignored the spirit or vein. But with the Lin family's power, they would not dare to take it for themselves. Once the news got out, it would be a disaster for the family. I have a few friends in Jialan Academy. I'll contact them and discuss a plan, Lin Feng said. All right. Lin Sengqiong nodded. Lin Feng wrote a letter, and one of his uncles personally brought it to Jialan Academy. Lin Feng wrote a letter to Su Zimo. Su Zimo was Lin Feng's good friend in Jialan Academy. The two of them had gone through life and death together, and they were friends. Su Zimo's family was not ordinary. They were the strongest of the 10 families in Jialan City, and they were much stronger than the Bai family. Moreover, the Su family had a lot of connections, and this matter could be discussed with the Su family. Lin Feng's letter was very simple. He only wrote that there was an important matter to discuss, and he asked Su Zimo to invite someone in charge of the family. Su Zimo was shocked when he saw the letter. He said, Uncle Lin, is this matter very urgent? Lin Feng's uncle said, It is indeed very urgent. Young Master Su, please communicate with the elders in the family. All right, I'll go back now. Su Zimo hurriedly returned to the clan and told this matter to his father, Su Qianfeng. Su Zimo was the only son of the Su family's patriarch, Su Qianfeng. Moreover, he had a son at an old age. With regards to his son, Su Qianfeng was naturally very concerned. Moreover, Su Zimo was also quite capable. Among the children of aristocratic families, regardless of whether it was his character or ability, he was quite outstanding. Even in the aspect of making friends, Su Qianfeng was very satisfied. Su Qianfeng had heard the name Lin Feng from Su Zimo more than once. Su Qianfeng clearly knew what it meant to have such a promising youth like Lin Feng. Therefore, He was very supportive of Su Zimo building a good relationship with Su Qianfeng. After hearing about this matter from Su Zimo, Su Qianfeng asked, "What's the matter that made you so anxious to meet with my Su family? Brother Lin has always been calm and steady. He wouldn't act like this unless it was extremely urgent." "Father, please make a decision quickly," Su Zimo said. "Let the Great Elder go with you to the Lin clan," Su Qianfeng said. "Yes." Su Zimo went to look for the Grand Elder. Then, a group of more than 20 people from the Su clan hurriedly rushed to the Lin clan. Qingyun City. Neilin clan. Reporting to the Patriarch, we didn't find any traces of the Grand Elder and the Genius Prince. We only found traces of fighting and bloodstains in the mountain forest. The atmosphere in the Neilin clan's hall was heavy. The upper echelons of the Neilin clan were all present. An expert of the Neilin clan reported the results of their investigation into the wild forest. The Neilin clan's patriarch, Neilin Jinghong's expression was incomparably gloomy. He held a piece of paper in his hand. On it was written, "A spirit vein was found in the wild forest." At the same time, people from the Lin clan were besieging them. In just a few dozen words, too much information was revealed. This was the information that the Grand Elder had sent back to the clan. But now, the Neilin clan had more than 300 people, but none of them had returned. Including the Grand Elder. And the Neilin clan's Genius Prince, who was the hope of the Neilin clan. He was also together. He had completely disappeared without a trace. Although he was unwilling to admit it, but it seemed, the Neilin clan's people must have really met with misfortune. "Lin clan! Lin clan!" Neilin Jinghong almost roared out. His murderous intent was monstrous. "We must destroy the Lin clan and avenge the Grand Elder, the Genius Prince, and the 300 people of the Neilin clan." The second elder of the Neilin clan said coldly. "That's right, the Lin clan must be annihilated by the Neilin clan. Only then will we be able to avenge them," the third elder of the Neilin clan said. The sixth elder said coldly, "What's more, there's a spirit or vein involved in this matter. This matter involves too many people. The Lin clan must be destroyed and the spirit vein must be controlled by us. Report! The Su clan's patriarch wants to see you." While the Neilin clan's upper echelons were having a meeting, a voice came from outside. "The Su clan and the Lin clan seem to have fallen out recently. I don't know why, but why are they here now?" The fourth elder was puzzled. "Let them in," Neilin Jinghong said. "Yes." The messenger left. Not long after, the Su clan's patriarch, Su Dongtang, and a dozen strong cultivators of the Su clan entered the hall. "Brother Neilin, please forgive us for disturbing you." Su Dongtang cupped his fists. "Brother Su, what brings you here today?" Neilin Jinghong asked. "This is the young master of the Bai clan, Bai Xiantian. The young master of the Bai clan has brought many strong cultivators here to destroy the Lin clan," Su Dongtang said with a smile. "Destroy the Lin clan?" The eyes of the Neilin clan's upper echelons lit up. They had heard about the enmity between Lin Feng and the Bai clan. They had never thought that the Bai clan would want to destroy the Lin clan. Not only the Lin clan, but the Wang clan as well. When the time comes, only the Su clan and the Neilin clan will be left in Qingyun City. Won't that be better? Bai Xuantian's lips curled into a cold smile. "All right." Neilin Jinghong clapped his hands and said, "The Neilin clan has been wanting to deal with these two clans for a long time. Since we want to form an alliance, let's share a secret." "What secret?" Bai Xiantian and the others looked at Neilin Jinghong. "The Lin clan discovered a spirit vein," Neilin Jinghong said. "A spirit vein?" Bai Xiantian and the others' expressions changed drastically. After that, Bai Xiantian smiled viciously. "Then, the Lin clan should be destroyed even more." A smile appeared on Neilin Jinghong's face. He knew that the Neilin family would not be able to obtain the spiritual mineral vein because such a family would not be able to keep it. Revealing the whereabouts of the spiritual mineral vein would make the Bai family hell-bent on dealing with the Lin family. Once the Lin family was destroyed, the information of the spiritual mineral vein would be shared with the ancient families. At that time, it would be a great merit. This was simply killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Chapter 105. The Lin family's meeting room. The Su family. The Wang family. The Lin family. The upper echelons of the 3 families were gathered here. The upper echelons of the Wang family had already known about this. Thus, their expressions were still relatively calm. The Wang family and the Lin family had been allies for more than 300 years, so they were trustworthy. The Su family's great elder, Su Chatian, asked. When I received the news, I immediately rushed over. What does the Lin family want to discuss? Lin Sengxiong replied. The Lin family has discovered a spirit stone mine. They discovered a spirit or vein, and the Lin family has sealed it off. What? A spirit stone mine? Su Changtian's eyes widened. He naturally knew what a spirit stone mine meant. Is that true? Su Chatian asked excitedly. Of course it's true. Lin Sengxiong nodded. Good, good, good. Su Changtian said 3 times, then asked. What do you plan to do, Lin family head? Lin Sengxiong smiled, then looked at Lin Feng and said, I heard from Feng that the Su family seems to have some relations with the ancient powers. We hope to provide them with information about the Spirit Stone Mine. The Spirit Stone Mine was a very important matter. Even Jinwu country couldn't protect it. If news of this spread, it would be a disaster for Jinwu country. They needed an ancient power to guard this place. Otherwise, if the demonic powers found out, they might massacre Jinwu country for the Spirit Stone Mine. Su Changtian said. Indeed, there are people from my family who are guards in the ancient powers. Is it Sky Saint City? Or Sun Moon City? Lin Feng couldn't help but ask. Sky Saint City and Sun Moon City were allies, and they protected each other. These 2 ancient cities were both ancient powers. Jinwu country would pay tribute to the 2 ancient powers every year to seek protection. Previously, demons were causing trouble. Sky Saint City and Sun Moon City's experts had been mobilized. In Sun Moon City, Su Changtian said. Lin Feng said, Since that's the case, there's no time to lose. Please send the news quickly. All right, I'll send the news to the clan now. They will send people to Sun Moon City. We'll wait here, Su Changtian said. Then, Su Changtian wrote a secret letter and ordered someone to deliver it to the Su family. Can we go take a look at the spirit or vein now? Su Changtian asked. Of course. Lin Sengxiong nodded. Su Changtian and the rest left the city with the Lin clan's 3rd elder, heading towards the mine. Over the next few days, Jialan City was calm and peaceful. This made Lin Feng feel that something was amiss. At night, while the father and son were drinking tea and chatting, Lin Feng voiced his doubts. Father, logically speaking, the Nayland clan shouldn't have let this matter rest. They should have even taken revenge. Why hasn't there been any movement? Lin Beitian frowned and said. That's strange. It's too peaceful. If it's that peaceful, the Nayland clan must be planning something even bigger. The next day, Lin Feng began to purchase some precious array formation materials. He planned to use the formation to envelop the entire Lin family. If there was any danger, the array could ensure the safety of the Lin family. Lin Feng planned to set up 3 types of formations, namely the 9 Heaven Maze Formation, Great Black Tortoise Formation, Great White Tiger Formation. The 9 Heaven Maze Formation was an illusory formation. Once inside, one would be confused and unable to extricate themselves. The Great Black Tortoise Formation was a defensive formation. The Great White Tiger Formation was an offensive formation. Lin Feng's 3 deployment spells could be used to attack, defend, and create illusions to protect the Lin clan's mansion. When Lin Feng was setting up the formation, he attracted the attention of many people in the Lin clan. Lin Sengxiong asked. Fenger, what are you doing? Said Lin Feng. I'm casting a gigantic deployment spell around the entire Lin clan, said Lin Feng. Ah. You're setting up a formation? Lin Sengxiong stared at Lin Feng, dumbfounded. He naturally knew what setting up a formation meant. Only a great array formation master could do that. Only an array formation master could set up a formation. In the entire Jinwu country, the number of array formation masters could be counted on one hand. His own grandson? An array formation master at that? Feng Yu. Lin Tsangqiong felt that his lips were dry and cracked. Lin Feng said, I've been learning array formations from the dean for a long time. Now, I'm a golden rank array formation master. Beginner rank? A medium rank array formation master can set up 23 different formations. Hearing Lin Feng's words, Lin Tsangqiong was pleasantly surprised. Array formation master? Ha ha ha, I didn't think that a great array formation master would appear in our Lin family. This news quickly spread throughout the Lin family. The entire Lin family was filled with a joyous atmosphere. Array formation master! That was the greatest existence in the entire continent. Lin Feng spent 3 days to set up the 3 formations. Then, he told his grandfather, Lin Tsangqiong, and the other higher-ups of the clan how to activate the formations. Once the Lin family was in danger, they could activate the formations to protect the Lin family. Fengmer, can you set up a formation around the spirit mine? Especially an illusory formation to completely hide the spirit mine. I'm worried that the Nailin family won't let this go. Perhaps they'll bring experts to seize the ownership of the spirit mine. Lin Tsangqiong said. Alright, I'll go to the spirit mine now. Lin Feng nodded. Spirit mine! Lin Feng's father, Lin Beitian, 3rd elder, 4th elder, and 5th elder. Wang family's grand elder, Wang Kui. Su family's grand elder, Su Chantian, and the rest were guarding the spirit mine. Lin Feng and Su Zimo arrived at the spirit mine together. Then, Lin Feng began to set up the formation. Fengmer, what are you doing? The 3rd elder and the others were all dumbfounded. Haha, don't you know? Lin Feng is a spirit array formation master, Su Changtian said with a smile. Su Zimo often talked about Lin Feng in the family, so Su Changtian knew a lot about Lin Feng. Ah, a spirit array formation master? That's great, that's great. Fengmer is a spirit array formation master. The heavens are really protecting our Lin family. 3rd elder and the rest were so excited that they started to speak incoherently. The elders of the Lin family naturally knew what it meant to have a spirit array formation master in the family. Lin Baitian's eyes also showed a gratified expression. The people from the Wang family and the Su family looked at the people from the Lin family enviously. They really hoped that there would be a spirit array formation master in their family. But to become a spirit array formation master, it was 1 in a million. They were as rare as phoenix feathers and qilin horns. Lin Feng said humbly. Fengmer is lucky to have met a good teacher in the school. I'll set up the formation now to guard the spirit mine. Just as Lin Feng was setting up the formation, the Nailin, Su, and Bai families had joined forces and split into 2 groups. One group headed for the Lin family, while the other group headed for the spirit mine. Obviously, the 3 families were going to attack the Lin family together. Chapter 106. The sky gradually darkened. There were fewer people on the streets. Outside the Lin family mansion, it was quiet. However, in the darkness, there were many pairs of cold eyes looking in the direction of the Lin family mansion. The Nailin family's patriarch, Nailin Zhihong, personally led a group of experts. Together with the Su family's experts led by the Su family's great elder Su Qinghe and the Bai family's experts led by the Bai family's young master Bai Xiantian, they were ready to encircle the Lin family. The 3 forces were determined to win this battle. In the darkness, Su Yuexi's eyes were cold. She was excited when she thought that Lin Feng would be kneeling in front of her. In Jialan Academy, Lin Feng's rise was a huge blow to Su Yuexi. When a person made a mistake but didn't want to admit it, the best way was to destroy them. Now, Su Yuexi wanted to destroy Lin Feng. Perhaps, only then could she prove that she hadn't made a mistake. In the dead of night. Attack! Nailin Zhihong waved his hand. Swoosh swoosh, arrows suddenly shot out in the dark night, shooting towards the 4 guards outside the Lin family's mansion. Pooh! The arrows pierced through their bodies mercilessly. The 4 guards of the Lin clan fell to the ground. Then, a total of 500 to 600 experts from the 3 major forces moved out and charged toward the Lin family mansion. The 3 forces had been preparing for a long time. This time, they were going to kill the Lin family mansion. The experts of the 3 forces rushed into the Lin family mansion. "Who is it?" shouted the guards who were patrolling the Lin family mansion. "Oh no! Enemy attack!" When the guards saw the intruders, their faces changed and they quickly hit the gong in their hands. "Kill them!" shouted Nailin Zhihong. Nailin Zhihong shouted coldly. The experts of the 3 major forces rushed over and fought with the guards of the Lin family. Dong dong dong. At that moment, the sound of the gong alerted the entire Lin family mansion. The members of the Lin family woke up from their sleep. "What happened?" asked Lin Sengqiong. "Patriarch, it's the Nailin family and the Su family mansion. They led a large group of people to attack the Lin family mansion." A guard ran over in a panic. "Leader, the Nailin clan and the Su clan have joined forces to kill us. They're really aggressive. I'm afraid they want to destroy our entire Lin clan." The second elder and the others also came to Lin Sengqiong with gloomy faces. They had already guessed the revenge of the Nailin family. However, they didn't expect that the Su family was also involved. Although the Lin family and the Su family were drifting apart, there wasn't much conflict between them. Before this, they were still allies. Now, the Su family had turned around and attacked. The higher-ups of the Lin family hated him to the core. "Open the Great Formation and trap them all inside," said Lin Feng. Lin Sengqiong shouted angrily. The higher-ups of the Lin family rushed out and activated the array that Lin Feng had set up in advance. Buzz! The entire Lin family mansion was suddenly shrouded in fog. The dense fog covered the entire Lin family mansion. What happened? The people from the 3 major forces were originally aggressive, but now they suddenly panicked. The unknown was the most terrifying. They charged left and right. But he found out. In the end, they could only go in circles. And the people of the Lin family had all disappeared without a trace. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Arrows were shot from all directions. Puff! 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 The sound of flesh being pierced was heard. Ah! Mournful screams resounded one after another. The experts of the 3 major forces who were trapped inside the Great Formation were attacked by the Lin family and suffered heavy losses. Wild forests, spirit or vein. At this moment, a fierce battle was also taking place. The head of the Su family, Su Dong Tang, was leading the experts of the Su family. The second elder and the other elders of the Nailin family were leading the experts of the Nailin family. The first elder of the Bai family, Bai Chanlei, was also rushing over from Sangarama City. This Bai Chanlei. He looked very similar to the vice principal of the Sangarama Academy, Bai Changfeng. This person was Bai Changfeng's brother, and had a very high status in the Bai family. This time, he personally led the experts of the Bai family here. First, it was to seize the spirit or vein, and second, it was to eliminate the Lin family. On the other side of the spirit or vein, there were experts from the Lin and Wang families, as well as the Su family from Sangarama City. The 2 sides were engaged in a fierce battle and there were casualties everywhere. Bai Chanlei coldly shouted, "Su Chang Tian! This is a matter of Green Cloud City. Your Su family should stay as far away as possible. If you leave now, you can still save your life. Otherwise, only death awaits you." "Humph! Bai Chanlei, you think I'm afraid of you? You think my Su family is afraid of your Bai family? Don't forget, among the 10 major families of Sangarama City, my Su family is the number 1. Your Bai family can't compare to my Su family. Quickly retreat with the rest of your people and there will still be a chance to turn the situation around. Otherwise, don't blame me for turning hostile." Su Chang Tian sneered. "Haha, ridiculous, a trapped beast still can't escape death. Since you don't know how to appreciate kindness, I'll wipe you all out today." Bai Chanlei sneered again and again. The attacks of the three major forces were getting fiercer and fiercer. "Retreat! Retreat!" Lin Feng shouted. The experts of the Lin family quickly retreated to the valley where the spirit or vein was located. "If we make a move here, the situation in Green Cloud City will be very bad," Fifth Elder said worriedly. "Don't worry, I've already arranged a great formation in the family," Lin Feng said. Hearing Lin Feng's words, the people of the Lin family felt relieved. "Kill!" The experts of the three major forces rushed into the valley. "Great formation, activate!" shouted Lin Feng furiously. He immediately activated the deployment spell he had set up. Buzz! Formation runes intertwined. White mist lingered. The entire valley was shrouded in white mist. Lin Feng had arranged the Green Dragon Great Formation, the Nine Heavens Maze Formation, and the Sword Ocean Great Formation. Among them, the Great Azure Dragon deployment spell was the strongest one Lin Feng could use. "Not good, it's a great formation, there's a great formation here. Quick, retreat!" The experts of the three major forces were shocked. They naturally knew how terrifying a great formation was. However, it was too late to retreat now. Lin Feng activated the Sword Ocean Great Formation. Dense sword she appeared in the valley, and shot toward the experts of the three great clans. Puff! 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 Tearing sounds could be heard one after another. It was accompanied by a series of screams. Under the attack of the Sword Ocean Great Formation, the experts of the three major families fell to the ground and died on the spot. Too powerful! The people of the Lin family, the Wang family, and the Su family were stunned. No wonder! A Spirit Array Master was the greatest existence in the entire continent. A Spirit Array Master could create such an effect by arranging a great formation. This was simply too inconceivable. Su Changtian was happy that the Su family and the Lin family had formed an alliance. Even though the Lin clan couldn't compete with the Su clan at the moment, Su Changtian was convinced that Lin Feng would rise to power very quickly. The Lin family's status would rise and they might even become a superpower one day. At that time, the Su family would rise together with them and they would not be limited to their own forces in Jialan City. Clang, clang, clang. The experts of the three major forces defended against the Great Formation's attack. However, Lin Feng's Great Formation was too powerful. It was not easy to defend against it. The three major forces suffered heavy losses. In a short time, half of their experts were dead, and the rest were injured. Wiping out all the experts of the three major forces seemed to be right in front of them. At this moment, Bai Changlei suddenly shouted, "Ancestor, save us!" Keek keek. In the distance, a ghostly laughter could be heard. A skinny old man walked over from afar. He could move 100 meters with each step. It was as if he could shrink the ground into an inch. "Not good, it's the old man from the Bai family. He's a martial general." Seeing the old man, Su Changtian's expression changed. "What? An expert at the general level?" Everyone's face was filled with shock. Everyone knew what it meant to be a martial general. Chapter 107. A warrior in the martial general realm had the strength to pull up a mountain. A warrior in the martial general realm could shrink the ground into an inch. A warrior in the martial general realm had a body like metal. A warrior in the martial general realm exhaled like a sword. The martial general realm. This was a major transformation. Once one transformed to this realm, their cultivation would undergo an earth-shattering change. No matter how strong a martial master realm cultivator was, in front of a martial general realm cultivator, he was still like an ant. The Bai family's ancestor had personally made a move. Lin Feng and the others were about to face the attack of a martial general. This was an extremely dangerous thing to do because a martial general was simply too powerful. "This old man didn't plan to make a move, but I didn't expect that there would be someone among you who knows how to set up a formation." The Bai family's ancestor's sinister voice sounded. Whoosh! The Bai family's patriarch was bold and daring as he dashed into the grand array. Sound wave technique. Roar. The Bai family's ancestor showed his might and roared loudly. Sound waves rippled out. Clang, 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 clang. The Bai family's ancestor's sound wave technique formed a powerful sound wave that collided with the sword chi released by Lin Feng's Sea of Swords formation, producing a series of clanging sounds. The Bai family's ancestor was indeed worthy of being a martial general. He was simply too powerful. With his own strength, he was actually able to block the attack of Lin Feng's Sea of Swords formation. Hurry up and get out! The Bai family's ancestors shouted loudly. The survivors of the other three families all rushed out of the formation in an extremely sorry state. What do we do now? Everyone's gaze was on Lin Feng. Unknowingly, Lin Feng had become everyone's backbone. Lin Feng knew that in the face of the attack of a martial general, they could only rely on the formation to win. Otherwise, they would definitely lose this battle. He said, "Everyone, spread out in the various formation cores. Listen to my instructions later. Inject your true chi into the formation cores and activate the formation with me to deal with this person." Okay. Everyone nodded. Under Lin Feng's command, everybody quickly spread out in all directions. Every martial master led a dozen or so people to guard the eye of the formation. Great formation. The core of the formation was called the eye of the formation. The operation of the formation was closely related to the formation eye. In the eye of the formation, Lin Feng buried many materials for setting up the formation. These materials were connected together to form a large formation, maintaining the operation of the large formation. 9 Heavens Maze Formation. Sword Sea Array. Lin Feng shouted, and everyone poured their true chi into the large array. Buzz. White mist filled the air. The 9 Heavens Maze Array was the first to be activated. This 9 Heavens Maze Array was an illusory array. When it was activated, it was surrounded by white fog. Elder Ancestor Bai walked through the formation as if he had entered a maze. No matter where he went, he seemed to be going in circles. The Bai clan's ancestor said coldly, "Little child from the Lin clan, I've heard that you've learned the art of spiritual arrays from Sun Tiantu. I didn't think that you'd be able to reach such a high level in such a short period of time. Today, I must kill you, or else you'll become a great threat to us." Lin Feng did not answer. Instead, he activated the Sword Sea formation with everyone else and attacked Elder Ancestor Bai. At this moment, the Sword Sea formation was even more powerful. Dense sword chi shot out horizontally and horizontally towards the Bai clan's ancestor. "Humph, insignificant skill!" The Bai clan's ancestor sneered. Then, a terrifying aura exuded from his body. That aura was suffocating. A stream of chi gushed out from the Bai clan's ancestor's body and protected him. When the dense sword chi slashed onto the Bai clan's ancestor's body, a series of clanging sounds could be heard. On the other hand, the Bai clan's ancestor. He did not suffer any damage. Protective chi! Lin Feng's face was filled with shock. It was rumored that powerhouses in the martial general realm could find chi that was born between heaven and earth and cultivated into their body to form their own protective chi. Once the protective chi was activated, it was almost invulnerable. At this moment, the Bai clan's ancestor had activated his protective chi. Lin Feng and the others activated the Sword Sea formation to attack the Bai clan's ancestor, but it did not cause any damage to the Bai clan's ancestor at all. That was the terrifying thing about the protective chi. "Haha, trash like you think you can hurt me? What a joke," said Lin Feng, smiling coldly. The Bai clan's ancestor laughed. He did not care about Lin Feng and the others at all. Whoosh 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 whoosh. At this moment, the Bai clan's ancestor moved. He flashed around in the valley. "Oh no, the Bai clan's ancestor can break my 9 heaven maze formation." Seeing the Bai clan's ancestor moving around in the formation, Lin Feng's expression changed slightly. A powerhouse in the martial general realm. Powerful indeed. "Green Dragon Formation!" shouted Lin Feng furiously. He started using the third deployment spell. This was the most powerful formation that Lin Feng had mastered. This formation was very difficult to activate because the Green Dragon formation needed to absorb a huge amount of energy to be truly activated. Everyone continued to pour their true chi into the formation. Roar! A loud dragon's roar resounded through the clouds. A huge creature appeared in the valley. Although the white mist had covered the gigantic creature, everyone could still vaguely see a gigantic beast hovering in the air. Its body was like a winding mountain ridge. A terrifying dragon's aura filled the valley. A dragon! A dragon! Outside, many people cried out in surprise. They could see the huge green dragon in the white fog, and many of them were shocked. Su Changtian's expression was ugly as he said, "Will the ancestor be okay?" Bai Changlei sneered. "The ancestor is a martial general. How can there be a problem? Although the Lin clan has set up a formation, so what? With the ancestor's strength, breaking the formation is only a matter of time. Once the formation is broken, everyone will die." "That's right. A martial general is an invincible existence. The Lin clan is doomed." The second elder of the Neilin clan agreed. The green dragon circled in the air, its cold eyes looking at the ancestor Bai in the middle of the formation. Rumble! At this moment, the green dragon formation. The green dragon raised its huge claw. A claw struck towards the ancestor Bai. This move was called Green Dragon Claws. The huge dragon claw was like a mountain, fiercely striking towards the ancestor Bai. The ancestor Bai's expression was cold as he faced the green dragon claws. The ancestor Bai punched out. Bang! The Bai family's elder ancestor clashed with the azure dragon's claw. The Bai family's elder ancestor lived up to his reputation as a martial general. He managed to block the azure dragon's claw attack. Green Dragon Tail Whip. However, at this moment, the ancestor Bai's second attack exploded. The green dragon tail whip swept across the sky. The huge green dragon's tail whipped towards the ancestor Bai. Chapter 108. The green dragon great array was the core of the array, and it was also the most powerful part. If they wanted to defeat the Bai family's elder ancestor, they would need to rely on the green dragon great array. The power of the Green Dragon Great Array was indeed strong enough. Under Lin Feng's control, all kinds of attacks were launched continuously, erupting with tyrannical attack power. For example, the Green Dragon Tail Whip in front of them. The dragon tail swept over and fiercely whipped towards the Bai family's elder ancestor. However, the Bai family's elder ancestor's strength was too strong, and his reaction was too fast. When the green dragon tail whip swept over, he used the Great Capture move. He suddenly grabbed. He actually caught the green dragon's tail. Ha! The Bai family's elder ancestor roared and used both hands to pull the green dragon up. Bang! The azure dragon, which was as huge as a mountain ridge, was smashed into a mountain peak. Boom! The mountain peak collapsed with a bang. Everyone was aghast. This was the strength of a military general. It was simply beyond everyone's imagination. Isn't that too powerful? Outside, the Su family and the Neilin family were also stunned. It was the first time they saw a military general expert make a move. In their hearts, there was only deep shock. The battle strength of a military general expert made everyone feel a sense of extreme shock. Bai Changlei said with a hint of pride. Of course. A military general expert has such a powerful strength. Then we'll wait for the elder ancestor to finish off the Lin family. When that time comes, we'll see how they die. The Neilin family's second elder said with a sinister smile. Su Dongtang also laughed out loud. The Lin family and the Wang family are eliminated. These two families are destined to be eliminated, and these two families will be wiped out from Qingyun City. Inside the Great Array, the Bai family's elder ancestor displayed his invincible might. His strength even suppressed the Green Dragon Great Array, set up by Lin Feng. A military general expert was too powerful. Release the arrows! Lin Feng shouted loudly. The scattered cultivators immediately took out their bows and arrows. Whoosh whoosh whoosh, A dense number of arrows shot towards the Bai family's elder ancestor. At the same time, Lin Feng once again controlled the Azure Dragon to attack elder ancestor Bai. Azure Dragon spits water. Whoosh! The Azure Dragon opened its bloody mouth and spat out a mist that filled the sky. The water mist turned into countless water droplets that shot toward elder ancestor Bai. If a martial master cultivator were to face such an attack, they would have been killed in an instant. However, elder ancestor Bai was a powerhouse in the martial general realm. He had an extremely powerful shield of vigor. When all the attacks came crashing down, elder ancestor Bai immediately activated his shield of vigor. Clang, 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 the sound of metal colliding could be heard. All the attacks, like arrows and water droplets, were blocked by elder ancestor Bai's chi shield. It was as if no matter how powerful the attack was, it would not be able to break through elder ancestor Bai's defense. This made everyone's expression turn even uglier. It was as if elder ancestor Bai was carrying a tortoise shell. There was no way to break through his defense. They were in big trouble now. This was a battle of life and death. If they did not die, they would die. If they could not take down elder ancestor Bai after a long time, then Lin Feng and the others would be the ones to die in the end. Lin Feng and the others knew this very well. Therefore, at this moment, the crowd was filled with anxiety and uneasiness. A bunch of ants, trying to use a mere yellow rank formation against me. How laughable and foolish. If you go against me, you will only end up dead. As soon as he finished speaking, elder ancestor Bai rushed to the left. He broke through the restraints of the Nine Heavens maze. In an instant, he was in front of more than 10 cultivators. These cultivators were from the Wang clan, the Lin clan, and the Su clan of Sangharan City. Oh no! When they saw elder ancestor Bai breaking out of the maze formation and appearing in front of them, the expressions of the cultivators changed drastically. Die, all of you! Elder ancestor Bai laughed sinisterly and attacked with his palm. Let's fight it out with him! The cultivators roared and slashed at elder ancestor Bai with their weapons. Rushing thunder palm! Elder ancestor Bai roared and struck out with his palm. This palm strike was accompanied by rolling thunder. It was simply too powerful. Bang! His palm enveloped more than 10 cultivators, and the tyrannical force slammed into the bodies of the cultivators. Ah! Screams of agony rang out one after another. More than 10 cultivators were killed by elder ancestor Bai's palm strike. They died tragically on the spot. Haha, the Lin family and the others are fighting like cornered beasts. The people from the 3 major forces who were watching the show were excited. They could already see the scene of the Lin family being killed by elder ancestor Bai one by one. They felt a burst of excitement when they thought of this scene. Dragon roaring in the 9 heavens! Lin Feng roared and controlled the Azure Dragon to attack elder ancestor Bai. Everyone was desperately pouring their true chi into the formation. Groan! A loud dragon roar resounded through heaven and earth. The Azure Dragon bared its fangs and brandished its claws, pouncing towards elder ancestor Bai. The Azure Dragon displayed its strongest power and strongest attack. Splitting Mount Hua! Elder ancestor Bai sneered and leaped out. He attacked with his palm. Bang! He collided with the Azure Dragon again, and it was like 2 mountains colliding fiercely. The Azure Dragon was actually destroyed by elder ancestor Bai's attack. Pfft. Everyone in the formation felt as if they were struck by lightning. This time, everyone suffered from the backlash. Many people spat out large mouthfuls of blood, suffering heavy injuries. Elder ancestor Bai's combat strength was too heaven-defying. Whoosh! Elder ancestor Bai rushed into a group of people and started a massacre. Pfft! 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 More than 10 cultivators were killed by elder ancestor Bai in the blink of an eye. All of you should die too! Elder ancestor Bai's body flickered and appeared in the next formation eye. Kill! More than 20 experts were killed by elder ancestor Bai. Elder ancestor Bai seemed to have entered a realm where no one could stop him. He killed more than 100 experts in a row. Everyone was killed to the point of trembling with fear. Damn it! Lin Feng's eyes were bloodshot. Many of his clansmen were being killed by the Bai clan's ancestor, and Lin Feng couldn't do anything. Lin Feng felt like he was going insane. Go, we must break out. We will cover you. Fenger, go quickly. Fifth Elder's fat body rushed to Lin Feng and grabbed Lin Feng's hand. Fenger, leave quickly. Lin Beitian also walked over and said in a deep voice. Lin Feng was the hope of the Lin family. Nothing must happen to him. But now, the formation was in tatters. Obviously, no one could be a match for Elder Ancestor Bai. If they stayed, they would die. So it's here. Kid, I finally found you. A sinister laugh was heard. It was Elder Ancestor Bai. He found Lin Feng's location. The Bai family lost several direct descendants to Lin Feng. Elder Ancestor Bai naturally wanted to cut Lin Feng into pieces. Leave quickly! Fifth Elder, Seventh Elder, Eighth Elder, Lin Beitian, and more than a dozen experts of the Lin family shouted and rushed towards Elder Ancestor Bai. A bunch of trash! You're all courting death! Elder Ancestor Bai sneered and attacked the experts of the Lin family with a palm strike. He was too strong. This palm strike came crashing down. Bang! With an earth-shattering sound of collision, everyone from the Lin family was sent flying. Pfft! They spat out mouthfuls of blood in the air. Every one of them had suffered serious injuries. Father, Fifth Elder! Seeing his father, Fifth Elder, and the others get injured to save him, Lin Feng's eyes were bloodshot. How could he abandon his family and run away alone? If he were to run away, all of his family members would definitely die. Kid, it's your turn, said the Bai clan's ancestor, smiling ferociously. He jumped up and threw a punch at Lin Feng. The moment of life and death had arrived. Chapter 109. Elder Ancestor Bai. A terrifying existence in the martial general realm. He personally made a move against Lin Feng. No matter who saw it, Lin Feng would definitely die this time. Elder Ancestor Bai was naturally the same. After all, Elder Ancestor Bai's cultivation was more than 10 levels higher than Lin Feng. It was too easy to kill him. But Lin Feng didn't run away even though he was facing the ancestor of the Bai clan, and he was sure he would lose. Because Lin Feng could not abandon his family and escape alone. Elder Ancestor Bai's palm strike came. Lin Feng knew. Whether he lived or died, it would be decided in the next moment. Lin Feng's face was filled with a cold expression. The more dangerous the moment, the calmer he became. Die! Elder Ancestor Bai laughed sinisterly. A palm strike came down brazenly. In Elder Ancestor Bai's eyes, Lin Feng was no different from a dead man. Haha, this kid is going to die! Outside, the people from the three major forces saw that Lin Feng was about to be killed by Elder Ancestor Bai's palm, and they all smiled. In their opinion, Lin Feng was definitely going to die. There was no way he could survive. No! Lin Beitian and the others screamed. Their eyes were about to pop out of their sockets. However, there was nothing they could do now. They had no ability to save Lin Feng. They had no ability to stop Elder Ancestor Bai. Everyone thought that Lin Feng was definitely going to die. At this moment, Lin Feng moved. Whoosh! A green light flew out. Looking carefully, there was a palm-sized bronze plate in the green light. It was the bronze that Lin Feng accidentally obtained in the market. This bronze's power was astonishing. However, every time it was activated, it would absorb all the power in the body. Lin Feng only had one chance. If this chance failed, Lin Feng would definitely die. Therefore, he was waiting for the best opportunity. Now, this opportunity finally came to Lin Feng. What is this? When Elder Ancestor Bai saw the green light, his expression changed slightly. He wanted to dodge, but he was too close to Lin Feng. Elder Ancestor Bai. He couldn't dodge it either. He could only reach out and slap the green light. Poochie! The power of the bronze was so shocking that it instantly pierced through Elder Ancestor Bai's palm. Ah! Elder Ancestor Bai could not help but cry out in pain. Bronze's momentum did not diminish. Puff! Another piercing sound was heard. This time, the bronze shard pierced right through Elder Ancestor Bai's chest. Elder Ancestor Bai's body was sent flying. He coughed up blood in midair, and a bloody hole appeared in his chest. He was severely injured. If it was not for his strength, this attack would have taken Elder Ancestor Bai's life. After one strike, Lin Feng's strength was completely drained. He no longer had the strength to fight. He collapsed to the ground. Good chance! Lin Beitian and the others' eyes suddenly lit up. They did not expect this to happen at all. Lin Beitian, the 5th elder, the 7th elder, and the 8th elder could still stand. They gritted their teeth and used all their strength to get up and charge at Elder Ancestor Bai. Elder Ancestor Bai was now heavily injured. Lin Feng's bronze not only injured Elder Ancestor Bai, but it also shattered Elder Ancestor Bai's protective chi. Elder Ancestor Bai could no longer be as invulnerable as before. Elder Ancestor Bai saw the 4 Lin family members charging at him. His expression changed drastically. However, Elder Ancestor Bai, who was in midair, had no way to dodge. Die! Lin Beitian, the 5th elder, the 7th elder, and the 8th elder roared. The sharp blades in their hands all stabbed at Elder Ancestor Bai. Puff! The sharp blades in their hands directly pierced Elder Ancestor Bai's body. How is this possible? Elder Ancestor Bai murmured in disbelief. Then, he coughed up a mouthful of blood and died. A venerable general-level powerhouse, who could be ranked as one of the strongest in Jinwu country, was killed just like that. Elder Ancestor Bai is dead! Everyone cried out in shock. The people from the Lin family were naturally ecstatic. A venerable general-level powerhouse, who stood at the top of the pyramid of Jinwu country. But he died just like that. No, it's impossible! Bai Changwei and the other Bai family members who were watching the battle from outside could not accept it. They roared in disbelief. They knew that Elder Ancestor Bai was dead. What did it mean to the Bai family? It was very likely that the Bai family would decline because of this. Elder Ancestor Bai is dead. Ha! Kill! Kill all the people from the 3 major forces. The Wang family's grand elder shouted excitedly. Kill! Everyone's morale was greatly boosted, and they charged at the people from the 3 major forces. Run! The people from the 3 major forces were already scared out of their wits when they saw Elder Ancestor Bai, a venerable general-level powerhouse, being killed. Who would dare to fight? They all ran away in panic. The Lin family's people killed more than 100 strong cultivators from the 3 major forces. The rest of the people ran away. Fulmer! How are you? Lin Beitian and the others rushed to Lin Feng and asked with concern. I'm fine. I'm just a little weak, said Lin Feng. Fulmer, you just... The 5th elder asked in bewilderment. A beam of green light flashed past. Elder Ancestor Bai was a terrifying cultivator, but he had been severely injured. Everyone was astonished. It's this treasure. It's a fragment of an ancient weapon. It's extremely powerful, said Lin Feng to the elders of the Lin family. I didn't know you had such an opportunity. The elders of the Lin family were happy for Lin Feng. Lin Feng put the bronze fragment away. At that moment, the Wang family's grand elder, Wang Kui, Su Changtian, Su Zimo, and the others came back. Being able to turn defeat into victory this time, everyone had a look of joy on their faces. Elder Ancestor Bai has been killed. Is it time for the Bai family to make a move? Lin Feng looked at Su Changtian. The Su family of Sangharan City was ranked first among the top 10 families. The Bai family was ranked 3rd. Now, the Bai family's elder ancestor was dead. Lin Feng was convinced that the other influential groups behind the Bai clan would also be interested in the Bai clan's position in Jialan City. Moreover, without the protection of Elder Ancestor Bai, many of the Bai family's businesses and territories would be targeted by the various factions in Sangharama City. Let Zimo stay here. I'm going back to Sangharan City now. Su Chaotian was a sly old fox. He knew that the Bai family's elder ancestor's death would cause a bloodbath in Sangharan City. Su Chantian returned to Sangharan City to make ample preparations, hoping to gain more benefits in the future. Take care! Lin Feng clasped his fists. Su Chantian said meaningfully. Don't worry, the Su family will make sure that the Bai family will never be a threat to the Lin family again. Thank you, said the Lin family gratefully. We're allies. Su Chantian smiled. The Lin clan knew that the Su clan of Jialan City had formed an alliance with the Lin clan because of Lin Feng. Lin Feng was the pride of the Lin family.